It is Thursday, March 26th. It is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3, and I'm so out of sorts today. I don't even have the headline. SP3. I was talking to SP3 off air, and I'm like, yeah, I interviewed Julia Hart yesterday. He's like, I thought you did that Tuesday. I'm like, was yesterday, not Tuesday? I have no idea what day it is. I have no idea what's going on. You can blame me for running late. I will take that. I'm actually also, not only was I running late, I'm leaving the show early. I have to jump off here at 11. Joel is going to join at 11, and there's no spotlight tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get those announcements out of the way. I'm dealing with a few personal things, so I just got to take care of all that stuff. It's been a week. Fortunately, it's Thursday. Hopefully, the rest of the week will go smoothly. But here, always here. Got to make the towns. You know how it is, SP3. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, I do. I'm glad to be here on a Thursday. Glad to be here with Jeremy, and fine to be here with Joel for the last hour. But yes, we got a good show on tap because thankfully that 1 week streak of a bad Dynamite was only 1 week, and that we had a good show that we're going to talk about on today's show. Dynamite featuring Kenny Omega shutting up all the naysayers, and when I say all the naysayers, I mean Jeremy Lambert, and proving that he naysayer. That should be your headline. Naysayer being shut. Naysayer being shut. Steph Omega once again proving why he is still one of the best in the world, putting on an excellent matchup once again with Swerve Strickland, the highlight of last night's show, and setting the stage for the main event of Dynasty, which looks like it's going to be another match of the year candidate with him and MJF. God versus the Devil, and it was a lot of Kenny Omega on last night's show, so you know I'm a happy man to see all of that. Plus we had some really good promo work from Dynamite, which is not always the case. You expect, especially during their hot streak of the last 2 months, besides last week, they've been featuring match of the year candidates, TV matches of the year, banger after banger type shows, but it hasn't been a lot of good promo nights. And I thought that last night was a very good promo night, whether it was Adam Copeland. I know a lot of y'all don't like him, but Adam Copeland had a strong promo. Christian Cage, be it Christian Cage, FDR had a good response to that. Most of all, Will Ospreay's promo. So we got a lot to tap into on Dynamite, and it's a great day to be on In the Weeds because we're coming off a Laker win. It's not like Tuesday, folks. We're coming off a Laker win. I don't care if it was against the Pacers because Luka Doncic just did something that only Michael Jeffrey Jordan has ever done. 6 straight games on the road with 40 points or more, averaging nearly 40 points for the month of March. Luka Doncic is a living legend, certified legend in my book. I don't care what anybody tells you. He should have been an MVP by now. He ain't going to win this one. He might not win the next one, but he should have been. He should have been. It's the Laker agenda of the media that never wants to give the Lakers any credit. Kobe only got one. Shaq only got one. LeBron got 0. Come on. What are we talking about here? And yes, we also got to discuss our arch nemesis, the Boston Celtics, in our NBA Finals preview, showing some worth to the Thunder last night as well. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll talk about mostly the basketball stuff for the first couple of minutes.
Now, I think the hype. I think we should review Dynamite, and you and Joel should talk about basketball.
So Jeremy doesn't have to talk about the Celtics.
No, so here's the thing. I'll address this. The Celtics were the better team last night. Only Shea really showed up for OKC. It was the end of a 5-game road trip. We looked dead tired at the end of it. And yeah, the Celtics were the much better team last night. They shot well from 3. Jaylen Brown played great. OKC didn't have guys who played very well outside of Shea. So it happens. The regular season, as I said, I'm not going to get mad about the regular season, and I'm not. It happens. The problem is the Spurs are never going to lose again, and so the 1 seed is very much in jeopardy.
It's No, this was once like y'all had like an 8-game. I think at one point y'all had like a 10-game lead on the second place. Y'all had like an 8-game lead, and like I look at the standings this morning, I'm like, oh my god, it's only 2 games. It's only a game lead now.
They just have not lost, I swear, since the calendar turned to 2026. Like they just do not lose. So I'm like not mad about the regular season losses. I'm more mad about like, oh, we're probably not going to get the 1 seed because we got some tough games coming up. They're all at home, fortunately. But we got the Knicks, the Pistons, 2 against the Lakers, and the Nuggets left. Like all of those are tough games. While I think the Spurs have like 2 games against the Nuggets, and that's like it. Otherwise, they got nothing but easy games the rest of the way.
Yeah,
So
I think they got the 5th easiest schedule to end the year.
Yeah, so it's not looking great for the 1 seed, but I smartly hedged and I put some money on the Spurs taking the 1 seed. I did this like 2 weeks ago because I was like, I'm not liking how this is going here. So 2 weeks ago, I put money and the Spurs are like plus 1,500 or something to get the 1 seed. I was like, yeah, let me put some money on there. So if they get the 1 seed, I'm gonna win some money. I will hedge. I will happiness hedge. I did it all the way through the playoffs last year. I'm either gonna be broken happy or I'm gonna be rich and sad. Either way, I'm feeling good about where I'm at.
Smart man. That's a smart man. Listen to Jeremy Lambert for all your betting advice. But of course, as always, remember to drop the thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are new to Fightful Overbooked. We're here 5 times a week on In the Weeds, your favorite morning show when it comes to pro wrestling. No one wants to blade job and get busted open around these parts. We love to be in the weeds, talking about professional wrestling, but mostly and more importantly, talking about sports, talking about your trash reality television, and not wrestling at all. Like yesterday's show where they talked all about having pasta with professional wrestlers. And of course, sound off in the comments down below if you're watching on demand, and comment in the live chat if you want to be part of the show. Send a super chat donation. Show us some love in that form.
Did you watch the Age of Attraction finale?
I did, and I was so shocked that most of them of them were positive.
I have a theory on this. Not Austin theory. He sucks. I have a theory on this because it was the first season. All right, greater than hard. I will go ahead and do this. There is a poll question. I do need help on the poll question because here's what I have. It's wrestling adjacent, so that means it's not very good. Who should dethrone MJF? I have Kenny Omega, Darby Allin. I have a 4th option that I will not spoil, but I need a 3rd option. Will Ospreay? Okay, that's good. Will Ospreay. All right. And the 4th option, everybody's just going to have to look at the poll for the 4th option. So the poll question is up. Who should dethrone MJF? What's that?
Now I'm going to have to click on the video to see what the 4th option is.
The 4th option is probably going to win.
No, God. Because this chat is full of trolls.
Yeah, well, the questions is a troll, so... Did you see who it was?
No, I'm clicking on it now.
Okay,
I see. Oh, wait. Let me see. I see Kenny... This guy's a fool.
WWE's not booking him. Maybe he goes to AEW.
That's why they're not booking him, folks. That's why he's not booking him. We're getting Walter back in our lives.
Maybe he goes to AEW. WWE's not showing up anytime soon, so he's not showing up there. So I'm just throwing ideas out here, folks. All right,
man. It's been hilarious to me because every week I've been posted like, "Where's my man Gunther?" And I've been saying 3 weeks no Gunther. I just put that simple one this week, and I still got people who are sipping on the copium by WWE. Say, yo, Rey Mysterio got injured. What are they supposed to do? So you're telling me they don't have a plan B for the guy that retired John Cena? Like that, this is, don't sip the copium. You are coming up with excuses for a billion-dollar company being lazy and not having another option for one of their top stars. What the hell are we doing?
Real quickly, Volub says, chat to a barrel roll with your boy Fox McCloud going to be in the new Mario movie. There you go. If you haven't seen that, Star Fox is in the Mario movie. I'm sure I'll fall asleep during that scene. Yeah.
I did not see that. I'm gonna try to see the new Mario movie. I don't know if I'll see it in the theaters or not because I kind of want to wait. I've been being cautious with going to the theaters because I went to the theaters to see Scream 7 because I had never seen a Scream movie in the theaters. And Scream 6 was one of those movies where I watched it and I was like, oh, I wish I would have saw this in the theater. So I went out of my way to go through the theater and go watch Scream 7. And oh my God, I've never been so mad being in a theater for a movie. Like I rolled my eyes to the back of my head off the ending to Scream 7.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if the chat wants it spoiled. I'm probably never going to see it, so I don't care if it gets spoiled.
It sucked. That's the spoiler. It sucked.
Yeah, everyone. Vol doesn't seem to like it either. I don't know if anybody else has used Scream 7
There's
reviews.
not that many people. Like you can count probably on maybe one, maybe two hands the amount of people that like this movie. Like, and even the people that like this movie will admit the reveal of the killer is so disappointing that it does ruin the movie.
Jerking my dragon off. This name rules. Says I never watched it. As I never watched it, but the ending. But I know the ending, and it sounds terrible. King Potato says boil it or spoil it. Spoil it.
It is.
Volub says it's dog poop. Jules says it is. Please spoil it. Spoil it. Who cares? Look, folks, we're gonna spoil Scream 7. If you do not want to be spoiled, exit mute for the next.
No, just press pause, and then you can press press play. Yeah, mute or whatever you want to do. Press play and then press live.
I'll leave a thumbs up
in like 30 seconds
during the entire spoiler, and then I'll put a thumbs down when the spoiler's over. Okay, folks? All right. Thumbs up. Go ahead.
3,
spoil away.
2, 1. It's Sydney's neighbor. Sydney's neighbor is the killer, and literally the neighbor is in 2 scenes. We meet the neighbor, her name is Jessica. We meet her in a coffee shop where Sydney works, where they talk about Scream lore, which was the first hint that it's her. Then the second time we see her is after one of the first the killer that gets revealed midway through the movie gets killed, and she shows up at Sydney's house and tells her son to stay away from him. Not only that, she does kill her son in the most gruesome way in the whole entire movie. And then the other killer is a person that was in 1 scene in the entire movie. In the entire movie, he's in 1 scene before he's revealed as the killer, and he's an orderly at the mental institute of the killer that gets revealed midway through the movie. He works there as like an orderly, and he shows Sydney and Gail the room of where the killer lived, which is like against some type of rule. I know there's some type of like HPP or whatever it's called. There's some law that is against. You're not supposed to do that. And he's like, oh, I'll show you. Oh, look. And then he says that that Matthew Lillard's character, Stu Monker, is actually still alive and that he was a roommate to the killer that's revealed midway through the movie. It sucks. Never watch this movie. I just helped you out in saving a whole bunch of money and saving 2 hours of your life.
There you go, folks. Come on, Redmond Survivor. Come on. You're talking to the man who acknowledged his tribal chief for like an hour. You're talking to the man who yeeted for like 40-something minutes. Even holding my thumbs up like that ain't nothing. Come on now. Redmond Survivor out here doubting me like this.
It's the worst Scream movie. That's all. That's my other thing I will say. It's the worst Scream movie. Scream 3 has been redeemed After what it's been. When did Scream 3 come out? Scream 3 came out in 2000. For the past 25 years, Scream 3 had been the worst Scream movie. And it's not even a bad movie. It's just decent, and it's a little bit too much humor for a slasher movie. But for 25 years, that was the worst Scream movie. And here we are in 2026. It is no longer the worst Scream movie. Scream 7 said, "Hold my beer." No, there will be a Scream 8 because Scream 7 got all this hype. They did a great promotion for it. So it made the most money at the box office than any other Scream in the history of the franchise. So they've already confirmed there's going to be a Scream 8. I'm just hoping they hear all the bad reviews and they fix whatever was wrong with Scream 7.
Was it 23 minutes? Well, fine. I do remember timing it. I was just, I didn't know what day it was yesterday. You think I remember one of the bits that I did like months ago? Absolutely not. No, I don't remember any of this stuff. I've seen like one Scream movie, and I saw the first one, and then I saw the
Still the best one.
I saw the first one, and I saw whatever like the latest, like when they first revived the series.
Scream 5. Oh, no, you mean Scream 4 from 2011?
I don't remember. I don't even remember who's like in it or anything. Name some people. Emma Roberts, is that her name?
Yeah,
she in it?
That's Scream 4. That's
okay.
Scream 4.
I saw that one,
which is underrated. It's the Scream movie that ages the best.
Okay, I saw that one then. Those are the only two I've ever seen. So,
Scream 7 is not slightly better than Scream 3. I'm sorry. I am sorry to tell you that. You may think otherwise, but you cannot tell me and explain to me thoroughly what makes it better than Scream 3. At least Scream 3 follows the rules. At least Scream 3 is a meta slasher film. Scream 7 is not even, there's no meta commentary at all in the whole freaking movie. Every time freaking Mindy tries to make some meta commentary, they cut her off.
The banner is just Scream 7 sucks. That's the banner for everything.
Funny enough, Wheeler saying Scary Movie ruined Scream for him. Scary Movie is the reason why I watched Scream in the first place.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I watched Scary Movie first. I was like, you know what? Let me check out this Scream movie. And like the first one's good. I like the first. Like that's not my cup of tea with movies. I'm not a big like horror slasher flick kind of person. But yeah, I did like the first one. It was good. And the what was the fourth one? You said the fourth one? That was fine.
That was good. That's aged very well with Jill Roberts being like, that's probably the best killer reveal, that is Sydney's cousin. Like, that's great. So yes, we're also spoiling a movie from 2011. I don't think.
Yeah, we can spoil those. I don't care about.
Yeah, that. we can spoil one from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one has the best reveal. Like, Jill Roberts is an all timer. We did a Scream Ghostface killer ranking, and I made the argument against Stat King because Stat King stood firm. He's still 10 toes down. I give him credit because usually I can convince people to go about my opinion and make it the ranking, but he was good in standing 10 toes down that Billy Loomis, the first killer, is the best killer. But I was like, Joe Roberts is the best Scream reveal. It's someone that's even closer to Sydney than Billy was, even though Billy basically popped Sydney's cherry. But Jill Roberts being the cousin and being jealous of Sydney and wanting Sydney's fame and wanting to use social media to show the kills and everything, and how she was the only survivor, how she set up Charlie and stabs her partner in crime, the one who did most of the killings. It's so brilliant. It's so smart. Her trying to beat herself up. Like, if you don't have the final couple of minutes where they basically kill Jill Roberts, if they end the movie how they originally wanted to end the movie, which was with Jill getting away with it, our first Scream Ghostface killer to get away with it, if that ends the whole film, this is the best Scream movie. That's the one that would pass Scream 1. But they had to do the hospital scene because this movie did not do well in the box office, so they just canceled all the plans for another trilogy.
Jeremy spoiled collisions that haven't aired yet, but are pretty sure 15-year-old. I said the 50-year-old movies are fine. I didn't want to spoil the Scream 7 movie for people, though. But yes, I do spoil collisions that haven't aired yet. Well, I'm letting you decide if you want to go see that or not. People take spoilers very funny, so I don't want, especially like the movie and TV spoilers. Like people get very weird about that stuff. So I don't need the movie and TV community coming after me. I don't care about the wrestling community. Most of y'all don't like me anyway. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about you guys. Yeah, my wife just texted. Sydney sounds like she's the problem at this point, which I mean, fair.
To answer Volop in the chat, we're doing Daredevil season 2 episode 1 review on True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment tomorrow. Me and Corey Brenner of Fightful, we're reuniting. We're bringing the duo back together from season 1, and we're reviewing the season 2 premiere tomorrow on True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment, probably at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. So join us over there for that because I'm looking forward. I actually am also watching that and reacting to it for Jimmy Macaram's channel. I don't know when that's going to come up because Jimmy has a weird schedule with how he posts stuff on his channel. But
All right, Age of Attraction. You watch this. So here's my theory on this. Because it's the first season, everyone has to say yes. I know one couple didn't because that dude, I think he would have like thrown himself off of that cliff if they made him say yes. But my theory is that because it's the first season, everyone has to say yes. This is what happened with Love is Blind, right? Like everyone Love is Blind season 1 said yes. And now like most of them actually for season 1 still has like the best hit rate outside of like the Seattle season, I think. Season 1 still has. Seattle had 3 couples, right?
Yeah. Seattle had Kwame and Chelsea.
You can't ask me to remember these names.
Yeah, that's the only person. That's the only. I'm sorry. I usually remember the black couples. Oh, Brett and the chick that took a nap in the pods.
Yeah,
was also from that season, and I think that was also wasn't that AD season.
But I think it was 80. Yeah, she didn't wind up. Yeah, they didn't wind up together. But I'm pretty sure 3 of those couples are still together. So I think that might have the best. But season 1 has at least 2.
Bliss and Homeboy. Yeah. Bliss and Homeboy.
Yeah, season 1 has at least 2 that are still together, maybe 3. So
there's Lauren and her husband. They're having their second baby, and then there's also he has Barnett. A weird name. Barnett. Yes. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I think every couple on season 1 said yes as well. I'm convinced that season 1 of these shows, you have to say yes because they got to show like, oh, see, you can't actually find love on this. Like this works, the process works. Here, come on this show and you will find love. And then it gets messy after the show, but who cares about that? But then season 2 moving forward, it's like, all right, now you can say no. Like now we've established the show enough to where people want to continue to sign up and join, so they will come on here and you could say what you want. But yeah, every couple except for one said yes. And the one couple that didn't say yes, this dude, he was checked out last week on the show.
He was done. When he started crying to his mother, I was like, yeah, he's not saying yes.
That conversation they had on the bed or the couch, wherever it was, I forget, but where he like cannot look at her and she is like trying to stare directly at him. She's giving him like the Chris Paul, James Harden stare, that photo. Like that's what he's looking at. In that whole scene. And he's like,
I think he was checked out when they came back from someplace and she was like, oh, I want to spend time with you. He's like, I just want to take a shower.
Yeah, I just want to take a shower.
She's like, no, you don't want to spend time with me. I can't believe you're doing this. Look at me. Can't believe you're doing this to me. I was like, oh, he's over this.
He was definitely probably checked out then, but like he wanted to end it so bad. In that conversation I referenced, like he's trying to say like, oh, I just don't know, like, you keep doing this, and I'm trying to, like, he was saying everything but like, I'm done, with this. Like I just like I'm done because she is like we can get through this. We can work this together. Like I hear what you're saying. I acknowledge what you're saying. Like I'll work on this. Like we can fix this type of thing. And she kept trying to like reassure him to the point that he just would not say like, no, you don't understand. I'm finished with this. He kept talking in circles too much and just would not outright say like, I am done. He kept trying to tell her without explicitly telling her that like, yeah, this is kind of over. But he just kept leaving it open to where she could give him the reassurances to where they could try to keep going. But yeah, when they got up to that mountain, I was like, if he does not say no, I don't understand what's wrong with these people. Like, because even the first ones, I was like, yeah, they have reason to say no. I think they're gonna say no, at least this person. Then they all say yes. I was like, if he doesn't say no, they had to pay him too much money. Because there's no way this man was to continue with this relationship. He was done the last batch of episodes. He was over this.
Like the only one that I knew would say yes is Pfeiffer and
yeah, I thought
Homeboy.
that was
because all not only is it that they were the best people on the show and they felt like they had the best relationship, but Homeboy does not look 43. Like my missus kept saying that. She was like, he don't look 43. They look like they closer in age than 20 years. Like they look like they could be like you would see them and you wouldn't know that is a 20-year age gap between them. So all of those factors made me go like, yeah, I'm confident they're going to say yes. Everybody else had like the little questions about them, but yeah, that one with I think his name was Chris and Leia. Leia doesn't even look as old as doesn't look she looks pretty young. Like she said, like even the mother, Chris's mother was like, oh, you look like you're in your 30s, and she was like, yeah, add 10 more and add a 1 on top. So yeah, I remember that as well. But yeah, it was kind of they had too many signs that this was gonna be not gonna finish well for either one of them.
Yeah, Pfeiffer and what's his name? They had some like potential issues of the whole moving thing, and I think she started to realize of like potentially like, oh, when he's 60 something, I'm only gonna be 40 something, and that how's that going to look? You're right that he really doesn't look as old as he is. Yeah, that one didn't surprise me too much that they both said yes. The Libby and whatever the guy, terrible with names, I know.
I love that we only know like one person's name in all of these relationships. The only one that got the most like camera time. It's the first and the last one that I actually know both people's names. I know Teresa and John, and I know Logan and Vanessa. Because both of them had the most ridiculously drawn out commitment ceremonies that was even possible in this final episode. Like this, especially Logan and Vanessa, that was ridiculous. He purposely got directions from the producers to do all that mess. Where he's like, yeah, I think you should take off your commitment ring.
That was yeah.
Yo, I was like, why are we doing this? Because he's not walking away. So I know this is not like, and literally at the beginning of the series, they show you he gets down on one knee.
Yeah,
so what are we doing here?
I don't watch the upcoming spoilers. I try to avoid it, but I did watch after the last batch. I watched the thing, and they show him like, oh, I need the commitment ring back. I was like, well, they're not gonna spoil that. Like, they're not just gonna. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna give that away. That oh well, they broke up, so like it has to be some type of swerve here. And sure enough, it was of he proposed and said, I was like, oh, he's gonna propose, isn't he? Because I didn't see the coming up, so I didn't know he got down on one knee and all that stuff. I was like, oh, he's gonna propose, isn't he? Because there's no way they just spoiled like that's how he's gonna end things. That's such a like I hope somebody was clued in on that. Because that's such a like terrible way to propose. Because even she's like, I should have just trusted my gut. Like my radar was wrong.
Like, yo, I told my missus, I was like, yo, she was like 10 seconds away from calling him a mother. Like she was about to slap the crap out of him or something. Because she's already the most insecure 49-year-old I've ever seen on television ever. So for him to do that, like I was like, you play with fire, bro. You play with fire right here.
Yeah, yeah, and like I hope she was clued in some way. 'Cause I was joking with my wife about the proposal. I was like, what if I was just like, hey, you know all those like rings that I bought you? Because I bought her like a bunch of rings in the lead up to actually proposing. I was like, you know all those rings that I got you? Like, what if I was just like stood in front of you like, yeah, I need those back. Like all those 9 rings that I bought you. Like I just need those back right now. Like please go get them. Like this was a lot of fun. Like we had some good times, we had some not so good times, but I'm just not sure this is like working out. Like I need those rings back. And then like what would you have said? She's like, I would have killed you. Like,
Like I was like, how did she not snap on him? Like slap the taste out of his mouth. She was like 5 seconds away from being like, you motherfucker, you asshole. Like I should have listened to my intuition. Like I was like, yeah, she had to be clued in because I think that she would, if she was not clued in, she would have snapped.
Yeah. It was not good at all, but I hope she was glued in. Did you see the trailer for the reunion? It's not on Netflix. It's on.
Oh no! I was wondering that because I was like asking my missus. I was like, "We got to get a reunion," because my missus immediately after she was like, "How many of these people are still together? Like, how long ago?"
I was like, "All of them are done. They're all broken up. There's no way any of these couples last." So it's on the Nick Vale, you know, one of the hosts. It's on his podcast. Apparently, it is like televised. It is video. But I guess it premieres next Wednesday at 7. I don't know AM or PM, but it's on his channel for next week. It looks very messy. And it's like it's good in that like it's just them sitting like with the two hosts, Nick and whoever his 20 minus 20-year-old wife is. She's like 20 years younger than him. It's absurd. I know. Yeah, like that's. But it's just it's those two, and it's just the couples that made it to, and it's the other couple that didn't make it to the commitment ceremony. Jorge, right? Wasn't that the guy's name? Yeah, and whoever the girl was as well. So it's just that there's no like studio audience and all that like they do with like Love Is Blind and everything. So I'm like, good. Like, let's just talk to these people. I don't need this audience. I don't need to go and like, let's catch up with these. I know there's nobody to catch up to, but like, let's take questions from the audience and stuff. I don't care about all it. Let's just.
I be hating that about the Love Is Blind reunion. Like, I don't care about these people.
It's so lame. Like, hey, let's go to so and so and see how they're. No. They weren't part of the season. Who cares? Like, just give me the drama from this season. That's what I've been watching for 4 weeks now. Care what these other people. If you want to do a where are they now? See, fine, do that stuff. I'm okay with that. But I don't need this as part of my reunion.
After the first season of Love Is Blind, like, just do that.
They should actually do that
at
again.
The reunion.
Yeah, they should actually do something like that again. But yeah, it's just it's just the couples and the host and. That's it. So it looks very messy. Teresa and Jorge were going at it throughout most of it. I was like, yeah,
this
nice.
The two oldest going at it.
I don't think any of these couples are together. By the way, I refuse to believe any of them are together. Nah, I just
the Teresa one, man, she was so conflicted, and she had a letter from her kid. You can't tell me she didn't look at that letter from the kid.
She had to have. That was another one of like, what? I don't think we should do this. Like, no, it doesn't feel right. By the way, let me read this letter. What if the kids are like, hey, dude, we know you're like 30 years younger than our mom. How about you like go away forever and never speak to our mom again? And like, go be with someone else, please. What if that's what the letter said? He had this stupid look on his face the entire time, he's like, just so confused and dumb looking.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that letter was. I was like, "What?" There, you had to have read that. You had to have, because what if he was like they buried? Then I guess she would have been like, "Well, I made the right decision. My kids were not understanding." Instead, it was like, I don't want to be with you because of this. Oh, well, my kid said it's cool, so all right, that's fine. Guess we'll go with this. And he's just like, what? Huh?
Even though I didn't tell my kids how old you are, they said it doesn't matter, so okay.
I don't think any of these couples are together, man. Yes, the Prince Harry looking guy. Yeah, he's got just a dumb
John.
face.
Yeah,
Absolute
John. He
dumb
was
face.
he's got the sun in his eyes, so he's squinted. He's like,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, this commitment ceremony was hilarious with the fake breakups, and then they just ended up staying together.
I was like, they just kept it simple with the ones in the middle with like Libby and old dad and Pfeiffer and young looking dad. And they just went, oh, we're going to make this juicy with the first one and the last one. We're going to have Teresa. You do the bait and switch. You bring out the letter from the kids and then it convinces you to say yes. And then we're doing Logan. We're going to have you play with her emotions, see if she snaps. And then you pull out the engagement ring and ask her to get married.
Yeah. I'm excited for the reunion next week. I think it's going to be high mess. Absolute high mess.
I respect it, yeah. I'll tell my missus. I'll let her know.
Yeah. I want to see if it has like an actual premiere. Oh, yeah. The one dude, the guy who proposed, he's like, oh, this is your Kobe ring. And I was like, oh, that's not good. Do you know why Vanessa got that ring? Because wasn't because Kobe scored 81. He's scoring 81 elsewhere, scoring 18 elsewhere. So
18 to life somewhere.
But I found out, or my wife found out, that it was kind of a double meaning because apparently she's been engaged 5 times. Like this was her 5th engagement. So that's why it's also the Kobe ring, because Kobe has 5 rings.
5 rings.
So it's a double entendre, which I actually respect the double entendre of it all.
Wow, I did. Damn. 5
Yeah,
times?
she's been engaged. This is her 5th engagement. That's insane. I mean, like, what has to go wrong for the first 4 to where you get to a 5th? Like, what is happening?
I mean, we could just tell by her the way she acts. Like that.
Yeah.
I can see that easily.
I want to know,
I just messaged my missus to let her know that the reunion's on Nick Vale's YouTube channel. She says, okay, why isn't it on Netflix? I was like, that's a good question.
So I wondered that. And I did wonder because they're the host of it, I wondered if like they pitched the show, and so because it did come together like through them, that they got the rights to the reunion or something. I have no idea. Maybe. I'm just theorizing things that they were like, all right, well, we're gonna pitch this show. If you guys want to go forward with it, cool. But we also like, because like he has his own YouTube channel and stuff. It's not like I don't think Nick and Vanessa like have their own YouTube channel. So yeah. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but it was
also
curious.
Like Love is Blind didn't start getting reunions until what, like the 3rd, 4th season.
Did they not do reunions for the first ones?
They didn't do a reunion for the first season.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like they did. I feel like all these shows have had reunions.
I mean,
I trust your memory over mine. Like
that's why they did the whole freaking after the altar thing.
The altar after the altar, yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I will check. I'm gonna check.
I got it. I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I trust your memory over mine. My memory, god awful. I just thought there was a reunion, but I'm checking now. Oh yeah, no, they did do a reunion for the first one.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did do a reunion. I'm
okay. No, it was when they did the first live one. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They didn't do the live ones for a while, and then the first live one was a disaster because it didn't actually work. Yeah, the live ones took a little while, but yeah, I thought they did reunions for the first few seasons. Yeah, so I don't know why it's on his channel and not Netflix, but I assume if there's a second season, it'll be on Netflix moving forward, assuming like this actually worked out. Temptation Island is back in like 2 weeks. I think I think it's back next Wednesday because I think they're gonna jump from Age of Attraction to Temptation Island. That's
That
the
makes
messiest
sense.
show. Yeah, that's the real mess right there.
Netflix needs to just get the rights to MILF Manor, and they just have a
Oh, they
lock
do.
on the whole messy reality show game. I was
They
actually watching a list on Miss Mojo this week, which it ranked reality shows based on their success rate of couples.
oh,
Love is Blind, I think, came in at like 5 or 6. You want to know what was number 1? Give you one guess. One guess what was number 1. You're probably not going to be able to guess it, but it's hilarious. It's hilarious who's number 1.
is it just like dating shows? Like I can't say like The Challenge. The Challenge isn't a dating show.
Well, even if it was part of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be there.
Well.
Yes, it would be. But like I'm trying to just clarify. That's all.
I think it's all reality shows. I'm pretty sure.
Is it 90 Day Fiance?
Yo, you got it! Oh, I did not expect that.
Okay, I gotta give credit to my wife because she is the one who texted me 90 Day, and I was like, you know what? That actually kind of makes sense because those couples like really don't break up. Like they kind of stay together through it all. Like I assume Michael and Angela are still together.
No, they're not.
Oh, are they not? Okay.
I think Michael finally got his papers. He said, "Nah, I'm up out of here, bro. I'm not with this crazy person." But no, I was like shocked by it. And then when they said that on the list, like they explained it more, and I was like, you know what? That actually does make sense. It does make sense. Yeah, a lot of these couples have been together for like years. Like
they've been together for years, and like when it comes to like visas and stuff, it's like, well, I ain't trying to lose my visa, so we gotta just like keep this rolling here. Where these other couples, it's like, oh yeah, let's just whatever, we'll break up, we'll get divorced, who cares? We move on with our lives. Yeah, the visa stuff's like, I can get kicked out of this country. Like, you know how hard I worked to get here with all this stuff? I will stay with you, that's fine. So
it's true.
I'm gonna talk my wife into watching 90 Day Fiance.
You should. I've been watching, me and the missus have been watching 90 Day The Single Life, because there's like 1,000 freaking spinoffs of 90 Day Fiance. There's The Single Life, there's Last Resort, there's the Love Island version that we were talking about last year, the Love Island version of 90 Day Fiance with all the people that have not been in successful relationships coming together. Now Colty is with the blonde chick from another season. Now he's on Single Life with her, and he's cheating on her. He basically, the whole story goes, he got hurt on the Love Island version of 90 Day Fiance, and he like was in the hospital, and he got hurt outside of her like hotel room. So she like took care of him. She was in the hospital with him, and she was basically split between Colty and guess who? Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
And she chose Colty over Usman, and basically Colty moved in with her after the season was done. Like they flew him out. She started living with her and her family in Florida, and then on this season of Single Life, it's revealed that Colty is talking to girls online, even though he has erectile dysfunction and he's not able to sleep with her. Because of his leg issues, he has erectile dysfunction, but he's still talking to girls online.
Colty is that dude. Absolutely hilarious guy. Oh, he was on OnlyFans? Oh, my God.
Colty. Oh, Colty. And freaking you remember you heard of Pedro and Chantel?
Yeah, I remember Pedro. The family Chantel.
Yeah.
They had their whole
family of Chantel.
Yeah.
So they broke up at the end of Family of Chantel, that spinoff, and now Pedro is back on Single Life because he's with this girl that was on England. She was with, I forgot her. Oh, Rob. Rob was her ex-husband's name. She was with him, and then she broke up with him during Last Resort, and now she's back on Single Life. She's in Dominican Republic, and she reveals that she started talking to and dating Pedro, and now Pedro's back, and now the sister is getting involved in this relationship and trying to break them up as well. I was like, this sister is horrible. Pedro might have the worst family of anyone on 90 Day Fiance universe. Like, his family is just full of people that just want money from the United States and
Yeah.
don't care
Oh, I
about these
remember.
people at all.
Yeah, I remember Pedro's sister being like she hated Chantel. She could
Yeah.
not stand Chantel. I've not watched this show in 6 years now. I think I stopped watching in 2020. It's hilarious that like it's still a lot of the
Still these
same
people. Yeah,
cast
it's
and
still the same
characters
people.
here.
Colty's still there.
They
Big
got
Ed
staying
shows
power,
up every
clearly.
now and there. Yeah. These are the
They got staying
legends.
power.
These are the goats. These are the goats of 90 Day universe.
Yeah, I look Colty. I respect it. What about Big Ed? He's still around, right? He's got to be.
I haven't seen him in a couple of seasons. Last time we saw Big Ed was on Happily Ever After when he broke up with his second girl he was with, Liz. Because Liz is on Single Life too. She broke up with Big Ed, then she got with another guy during the Happily Ever After. Because they did Happily Ever After, and then they did like basically a real world house of the people from Happily Ever After, where all before the reunion for the tell all, and we found out that Liz broke up with Big Ed, and then she was with a new guy, and then the new guy left her when Liz got diagnosed with cancer. So now Liz is fully in remission, or I think she's in remission, and now she's on Single Life, and she's getting with a new guy out in Dominican Republic because she came for the girl that's dating Pedro. They met up with her and the Russian wife of the farmer boy. Do you remember the farmer boy with his mom and dad that he lived on the farm and they wanted him to take over the farm?
Yeah.
And then he got married to the woman from Russia.
Yeah.
They're still around and they're still married. They're actually having a kid now. He's pregnant, but she came on like this girls trip to be the wing woman for the homegirl from the UK and Liz. And yeah, she's trying to keep the peace because Liz basically ruined things between the UK girl and Pedro because she was like, I don't know if she's ready because she just got a divorce from Rob.
All right,
it's so messy. It's so great.
It was messy when I was watching it. What about oh shoot, I'm trying to curse still. There was two. One was like it was the very older lady.
You're talking about the one where the husband said that she stinks?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
She doesn't smell good.
Yeah. What was their names? What was their names?
I forget, but that's how I know them.
Oh, they were hilarious.
Yo, that tell all is one of the most infamous tell alls of all time.
Danielle. Danielle. Yeah.
Danielle,
what was the guy's name?
I gotta look it up. Yeah, I think.
I just remember like you're gonna get deported, Muhammad. Yeah. You're gonna get deported, Muhammad. Yeah. They were hilarious. And the other ones I remember, I think it was Jorge. He was like the bigger dude. He's like really rich. And the like 20-year-old Russian who was clearly only into him for his money. Annalise or Anissa.
Get my bag.
Yeah.
And she hits him.
Yeah, I think it's like Anissa or
I think it's like Anissa because she was on House of Villains, the season with
Banana.
was
she? Oh.
Yeah, the season with Banana. She was on House of Villains.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was a trip. She hated that man.
Anna Visa.
Yeah. I knew it was something like that. Yeah. Anissa, Annalise, and Avisa, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, she was hilarious though.
Yeah. I think also who was also in House of Villains from 90 Day? I think Colty's ex-wife was on House of Villains as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that was the season. Either I think that might have been the season with Wes that she was on.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Danielle's like, "You're gonna get deported, Muhammad.
You're gonna get deported, Muhammad."
Dude, those people are insane on that show. Absolutely
Oh
insane.
man, it's so good. It's so good. It's so much entertainment. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Michael and
I
Angela
need
are still
to.
one of my favorite. Michael,
Yeah.
Michael, what you doing? Michael, you got your second phone, Michael?
Then she be just throwing stuff in his face. She put the cake
Yeah.
in his face, threw the drink in his face.
They
He
were
was like,
so
"You're not gonna
toxic.
come to America. It's America. I pay my taxes."
They were so toxic. Absolutely so toxic. Yeah, Angela was sending Michael all the Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. America, yeah, Donald Trump, yeah. I was like, man, Donald Trump don't want you here, dude. Come on now.
Yo, no, when he came to America in like I think this was like recently, like maybe like 2 years ago, he comes to America, she got him like an American leather jacket. Like what like looking like the Puerto Rican leather jacket that Joel Santana used to wear in the Dipset video. It had me rolling, yo. I was like, yo, this is outrageous. This whole thing is outrageous.
Now, look, in fairness, Danielle was actually like the good person in this relationship. Like, she kind of had reason.
He was using her.
Yeah, he was completely using her. She did not say that to be like, "Oh, I'm going to deport you just because you are a foreigner here." Like, she was saying that because he was wronging the heck out of her.
When they got married, he did not want to kiss her. He said it was against his religion to kiss his wife when he got married. He didn't want to kiss her.
Yeah, I was actually on her side. I was like, you know what? He's put you through some stuff. You want to deport him and end this? I'm with you. I'm with you, Danielle. What was the other one? He was like Kenyan. He married the white girl, and he go to the barber shop, and he was like cheating on her a bunch of times.
Oh yes. The blonde. She was like blonde.
Yeah,
he would go to the barbershop, and he was like a tattoo artist, and he went back there, and he was cheating on her. I remember that one.
Yeah,
too.
They were messy.
I think that was like the only season they were ever on. Like that was it. It was over after that.
Yeah, they were messy. Oh, Muhammad is like reality television gold. I'm not even gonna pretend like he's not. He seems like a terrible person, but as someone who was just watching him through a television screen, I'm like, put this dude on.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff. That's like Angela. Angela and Big Ed. Angela and Big Ed are villains, but they are reality TV gold.
Yeah, they're so good. Like they're so hilarious.
Like
terrible people.
Big Ed telling he's trying to teach his first girlfriend, oh, you need to brush your teeth. I got you. Look at what gift I got you. I got you this toothbrush.
Yeah. Oh, he had to go there. He took a shower with like the bucket and everything. He was so offended at having to take a shower like that. Oh yeah.
And he's like, you know, it's just when you wake up in the morning, your breath, it just smells bad. So I got you this electric toothbrush.
These people are so terrible. I used to watch the like watching couch that they would do. So it's like the other couples watching the show. I'd watch that too, man. I was in deep on the 90 Day Fiance lore, watching everything, and then COVID hit, and I was like, all right, I'm good.
That's when we discovered it. That's when me and my missus discovered this during COVID. Like we were like, oh, we gotta catch up on all this stuff. We gotta watch before 90. That was when it was just 90 Day Fiance before 90 days and Happily Other after. Now they got 90 Day the other way with the people from the US that move to overseas. They got they got so many different versions. Like I forget, a 90 Day in Paradise, 90 Day, the Single Life. They got 90 Day, The Last Resort. The Last Resort is actually one of their better ones. Their better spinoffs that they've come up with recently, where it's the group of different couples interacting with one another. Because I always say like the best part of 90 Day Fiance is the tell-alls. The tell-alls when you have the different relationships criticizing
because they all
each
hate
other.
each other.
Yeah, so like that is like peak reality television drama. That's always like there's some seasons that I don't want to go through every episode. I just skip all the way to the tell-all.
Yeah, they all hate each other at the tell-all because they all see like they've all watched the show at that point, so they know like how they're gonna look or how they look on television, but they also see how the other couples are interacting, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, you treat her terribly, you treat him terribly," like, and some of them are just like ready to scrap. Like I love the tell-alls because like after the show, they're all getting the limos, and some of them like, you didn't have to like confront him like that. You didn't have to like do all of that. Like, no, he's terrible. Like, somebody had to say something. Like, you should have done more. And then they start fighting because they were not fighting with the other couple. These people are the absolute worst.
Angela is the best. Angela's had so many great moments at the tell-all. There's one tell-all where she got a boob job, so she just flashes the camera, and they're like, Angela, you can't do that. She's like, I don't care. I don't care what anybody's saying. He mistreated me. Look at me. Boo.
She's very much like I feel like she just watched like too much Honey Boo Boo and was like, I'm gonna model my entire reality persona around that, but turn it up even more.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, this works for you.
It does. It's got her on reality television. I think she's like banned now. I'm not sure, but I think she is after the whole Michael drama and like Michael filing a lawsuit against her.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. All right, Joel is supposed to be on here shortly, and then maybe you guys will talk about wrestling.
Yeah, we'll talk about the actual show that's being advertised. We didn't expect it to go this long talking about trash reality, but it's a great time when we do.
It's much better to talk about trash reality than wrestling, honestly. They
it was
need
a good show last night.
No, it was a good show. It was. I'd say they've been on a run of great shows, but last week, they kind of dropped the ball. So they've not been on a run of great shows.
They won 11 of their last 12. That's what
I was looking. I was
like
looking
NBA
at this,
team.
Yeah, they won a. Yeah, that's. I was looking. Did you ever watch F-Boy Island?
I think I've seen like one episode.
Okay, that was a good show. Show. I was trying to see if like they were ever going to do that again. Apparently, they had like a spinoff called Lovers and Liars, which is apparently just sort of the same thing. But I guess because like they didn't want to call it like F-Boy Island, they just were like, let's call it something that is a little bit more family friendly than that. But I was thinking Netflix needs to pick that up.
I was gonna say, ironically enough, Love Island was not on that list of like the best success rate of couples. How you have a show named Love Island and you have like no successful couples?
I feel like none of those couples would ever be successful. The problem with those shows as well is like there's so many seasons, and if you're getting like 3, 4, 5 couples a season and you only get like one couple who actually makes it out of there, your success rate's only at like 10% maybe. So it is a little tough. Yeah, that F-Boy Island was real good. That first season is some like strong reality television. Like that's one of the greatest reality TV seasons I've ever seen. The first season of F-Boy Island. The second season and I don't think there was a third season. I could be wrong. I don't fully remember. But yeah, apparently there's Lovers and Liars. I might have to go back and watch that just because I don't remember that at all. Oh yeah, but Netflix needs to pick that up though, since we were talking about Netflix picking up like all these reality television shows. They need to get Are You the One back.
Yes, because I love Are You the One was on that top 10 list. I was so shocked by that because I was any Are You the One season I watch, it just has the worst couples possible on.
I'm not super. So does the list include like the couples that were together on the show, or does it also include like couples that like maybe got together after the show?
Yeah, it included couples that got together after the show.
Okay, because Are You the One has a really good success rate of like couples that got together after the show, because they go to all these mixers and events and stuff, and then it's like, oh, you're from season 3, I'm from season 5, and like they get together and like they actually work out somehow. They brought Are You the One back for like one season on maybe it was Paramount, It
Because I
sucked.
remember Cammy from
Yeah,
Catfish
yeah, she hosted
was the
it.
host.
Yeah, it sucked. It wasn't her
Yeah.
fault. Like the
Nah.
challenges weren't very good, and yeah, like it was just I don't know what had like they lost the plot for that season. I don't know what happened to it, but it didn't work out.
Plus, it didn't look skeevy enough. Like the first couple of seasons of Love
Yeah,
Island, just the way it's shot, it looks very skeevy. It looks very
yeah,
much like MTV reality TV coded. This felt
yeah.
like very much a Paramount Plus production.
That season felt like, oh, we're like contractually obligated to do one more season. Let's just get through this. Like that's legitimately what it felt like. It's like they found out of like, oh wait, we signed on for 8 seasons and we only did 7 seasons. It's been 5 years, but apparently we've got to do this last season. All right, what kind of low budget nonsense can we do on this? Just like they cut the game short. It was so half hearted. I was like, oh, this is terrible. I remember complaining that entire season. I'm pretty sure my wife was just like, can you just stop complaining? Just watch the show. I'm like, no, this is terrible. I gotta call
I
it out.
stopped. I think me and my missus watched like 3 episodes, and we were like, we're not really into this.
Oh, name them, Jordan. Hold up, like name them. Like let's. I want to know what you're talking about so we can watch this stuff. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here to
Yeah.
try different stuff.
We're always looking for new trash reality to watch around here because we love watching that stuff because it gives us a turn your mind off and you stop dealing with what's actually going on in the world.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm still waiting for okay. I'm still waiting for the UK to freaking on BBC give us US traders, because I know the US traders is already ended in the US, but I'm waiting for it to come on BBC. I usually would find a way to watch it, but my missus actually watches and likes traders. Like we watched the UK season series 4. That was like, yes, Redmond Survivor. UK traders, it's so much better than US traders. US traders has become very much it's become traders, the challenge version of the traders, where they're just going to get everybody who's alumni from reality TV shows or actors and actresses, and we're going to put them in the traders game. Whereas the UK, it's civilians, and civilians don't know how to act. And it's so great. They actually are there to play the actual game. And yeah, I know US is about to do their first civilian only season, but the best season of the US traders honestly is season 1, when they mixed the reality TV stars with the civilians.
Yeah, season 1. I did watch that one, and I watched the first 3. They're on season 4, right?
Yeah.
Of US traders. Yeah, I watched the first 3.
Yeah.
I've not watched the latest season, but I did watch the first 3. All right, Joel is here to save this show from reality television talk, because that's all we've talked about, Joel, is trash reality. We have done 0 wrestling. So I hope you watch Dynamite, because you were here for the Dynamite review at this point.
Wait, this isn't the Big Brother season 13 review?
I mean, if you guys want to talk about Big Brother season 13, that's fine.
You could tell me about it. Maybe it'll interest me to watch Big Brother. I watched Celebrity Big Brother when it was out in the UK. Remember, we talked about that, Jeremy, with Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was an absolute mess. Oh my God. He was so messy.
I only saw the clips of that. All right, I got to get this Billy Starks thumbnail up. Thank you for that, Joel.
Looks exactly nothing like the ones we normally run, but
yeah, her connection wasn't good, so it was tough
I mean,
to.
the thumbnail, the way the thumbnail looks, it's not in line with our usual. It looks like an In the Weeds interview.
yeah, and sometimes like, well, if Sean's mad about it, he can yell at
you. He can yell at Wilkins. I don't have access to the Canva template he uses. I use my own. I use Photoshop like a real graphic designer.
Well, the other problem with that is usually we take like a still from the interview and like use that. Yeah, her connection wasn't good enough. Like it
got better at the end.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, it was a little iffy for most of the interview. Billy Stark's interview was very fun. I did ask. I'll give this part away. I did ask a question that Mouse gave me, and she did not know that it was Mouse who gave me the question, because I said, like, this is a question from RSB, which is Robert Stark's Bellamy, and I was like, this is a question from RSB like this, and she's like, I argue with Mouse about this all the time, and I was like, do you know who RSB is? And she's like, I know. I was like, Robert Stark's Bellamy. She's like, oh my God, of course. I was like, yes, I contacted your father to get a question to ask you.
And we'll tease it with this. She also said something that will get a lot of people.
Oh,
A lot of
yeah.
people talking.
Yeah, she's going to get me in trouble with a headline I got to write. Yeah.
We even told her on the air.
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh, you're going to get me fired, Billy. Thank you. Thing is like, it won't get me fired, but it'll probably get her in trouble more. I love the PR person was like, it's fine. We know.
It's like, now I got to explain to my colleagues.
Yeah. Why this is popping up from this interview that I helped facilitate.
By the way, I will give a shout out to the AEW PR team who were not combative at all compared to my normal experiences dealing with PR.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Made it very easy to communicate with.
Okay, David Alvarez. All right, we'll check that out. See what kind of trash they got going on.
Oh dear.
There. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you, Joel, for tagging in the second half. I will be back tomorrow. There is no spotlight tonight because of everything I got going on. Everyone, enjoy your Thursday. Joel, don't forget the results of the poll question. It's a very important poll question. I need to see how much our audience is trolling us today.
Since I'm trolling them. Trolling you.
They're always trolling.
Since I'm trolling them. All right. Again, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, SP3. Appreciate you, Joel. Always. Talk to everyone tomorrow.
We'll see you soon, pal.
Hi, Jeremy.
I'm back on with Jeremy tomorrow, am I? Well, maybe. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. It's you and me.
There we go. There we go. The love is here. How you doing, Joel?
I'm doing okay. I'm opening up the stream for a second so that I can get the silly the poll that we're running. There we go. Making sure that I have it for later, but we're here. Hi.
I forgot to vote. I forgot to vote on the poll.
Oh, do you want to do that?
Yeah, just so I can see where the results are at right now.
All right.
This is way closer than it even should be, but okay. But yes, we got to talk about Dynamite.
Do we
talk about Dynamite, Joel?
I mean, we could, yeah. So,
I told you the last time we were on this show before. We don't watch any of the same things. We did have a great conversation about rock music, so that was fun. That's
true. We come here, we talk about wrestling, and it's even funnier because I think we even talked about this last time. You and I ingest wrestling differently and discuss wrestling differently, which makes this even more fun because the conversation turns completely different each time we do it. But I guess that's kind of the charm of you and Jimmy doing A Ramble too, because you two. You ingest and discuss it differently and have your twists and turns. So maybe we are the preamble to a ramble.
Oh, love that. AE preamble. There we go. Let's do it.
Well, did you see that Unrestricted? This was their last episode. They dropped it.
They couldn't compete.
Couldn't do it. They're gonna come running to us. They're gonna be asking us to take it over. It's gonna be in the unrestricted weeds before you know it, and it's gonna be us, baby. We're gonna be running the show.
If you didn't watch the opening of the show, I gave us a great tagline for In the Weeds. It was like, we don't do any blade jobs over here, so nobody wants to be busted open. We're the best morning wrestling show in the biz today.
We're the best talk. It's got to be clear and concise. I think the line that we were using for a long time was what is it? The wrestling isn't serious and neither are these takes, or wrestling is fake and so are these takes, something like that. We were using that for a while, and then we're the backseat drivers to your ears because no one really pays attention to us. We are just a morning show. We just talk. We're just words in your mouth. That's all. Words in your ears. King Potato saying Will Washington running from the grind. Yes. Now everyone can start going after Will, running from the grind.
There you go.
It's over. Another Will who just can't cut it. Okay.
Oh, cuts deep.
Jordan's saying, really liked Unrestricted. It was a good show. Like, it was fun, especially when new wrestlers came in. Like, it was an AEW podcast, so you knew what to expect in terms of like the way the conversation. You weren't going to get like cutting edge answers, but if you wanted a good conversational understanding of the wrestlers that were coming in and the stars, like, it was fun. It was a good show. Yeah. It was a nice listen. It's kind of like our show. Nothing's real. It just exists.
Yeah, it's just fine, just fine. Joe Pearl, fine.
That was fun. That's true. Will I listen to this episode? Maybe. Haven't decided. I'll go to the end where they explain why they gave up on the podcast, and I will say, yeah, that makes sense. Listen, the only podcast that I really miss right now is Mark Maron's podcast. That's the only podcast. WTF. Mark Maron is a comedian, and he was like one of the OG podcasters at the time. He did his show, WTF. He dropped it twice a week, and it was just an audio-only podcast. It only stayed audio for the entire duration, and fairly recently, in the last year, he decided this was it. I want to be done with it. And so he had one of his biggest interviews was President Obama when he was still in office. So Obama came and did a full length interview with Mark, and it was kind of what blew him up. And he had already been doing the show for 8 or 9 years at that point. So I liked Maron. He's an acquired taste to a lot of people, and my wife was never a big fan of his. But anyway, he went and left, and that was it. So I miss him sometimes because he was just easy listening in my ears.
Okay.
Can't all be wrestling. Unfortunately, it has slowly turned into only wrestling in my podcast.
Yeah, that tends to be the thing. The only podcasts that I listen to that aren't wrestling is NFR, because I like hip hop and I like hip hop discussions about hip hop. They're a fun channel if you like hip hop music. NFR, and then the Deep Three, because I like basketball discussion, and they're a great basketball podcast. So those are the podcasts that I listen to outside of the wrestling world, mostly.
Too many wrestling podcasts. I gotta give up.
Yeah, too many. Too many wrestling podcasts, too many wrestling channels.
Oh, the worst.
So, yeah.
Anyway, did you guys did I mean, it's an hour. I'm really out of place right now because we're an hour in. I'm not throwing to any host duties of
we just
super chats. Have you guys
done? No, we did that already.
Perfect.
We did that. Drop the thumbs up again. I mean, they need a reminder. You need the guys to need to drop the thumbs up. We got over 1,200 people watching across all platforms, about 80 of y'all on the YouTube verse. Drop the thumbs up on the video. Share it with your friends. Subscribe if you are new to Fightful Overbooked. We're here 5 times a week with In the Weeds. No one doing blade jobs over here. No one like Darby Allin last night on Dynamite. We don't care about getting busted open. We get in the weeds on professional wrestling. We get in the weeds on trash reality shows, on movies. We gave you a spoiler to Scream 7, and that's why our rolling ticker is Scream 7 sucks, because it did. And we talk about the wild world of professional wrestling, as always, with other shows as well, because we got Coast to Coast with Auntie Collins and JPJ. We got Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. We got interviews. I was just checking out before my interview with Eddie Kingston. I was like, let me do my research, make sure I'm not repeating any questions that Joel and Jeremy asked. So I watched that interview. They got some great interviews that they've done in recent times. So subscribe to Fightful Overbooked. Sound off in the comments down below if you're watching on demand, and sound off in the live chat. Send a super chat donation. Show us some love that way, and let's talk about AEW Dynamite.
I am excited to be. What was that? There we go. Sorry, I was literally in the middle of replying to somebody on our Discord when somebody got the answer for me. So that's good. Thank you to our mods in Discord. The reason I was on the Discord, by the way, so Grays who's always in our chat, had posted the banner idea, which was going to be, I've made it my mission to call out the bullshit of AEW, Tony Khan, Dave Meltzer, Sean Ross Sapp, and Fightful, no matter how long it takes.
Yo, these people are demented. These people are demented. These are demented people who just don't make any type of sense.
That's the most air I'm going to give to that, because Dave Meltzer got him. It's fine. Of all people.
Yeah. Meltzer replied, retweeting that was hilarious. I was like, oh man, these people just parasocial relationships with people just talking about wrestling. Like, what are we doing here?
We're sitting on a microphone giving opinions and news in certain cases, but my God. Anyway, the whole point of all this, to get into the Dynamite talk here, is I guess everyone knows I'm going to be at Dynasty and I'm going to Vancouver for the show. And after last night's show, I'm sitting here being like, oh, I'm sitting on a mountain of riches, of which I'm going to watch live in person at an event that, when I booked and planned to attend, I was more, don't take this the wrong way, I was more interested in going to the Mystery Wrestling show because I'm going to be doing more work there, but also because I knew what was going on there, whereas I didn't know what Dynasty was going to look like. Well, now last night, in the span of a 2-hour show, they have told you, oh, look at that. We're giving you 3 really good big matches, some bigger than others, and they're going to build up with more. And that's a pretty damn good way to go into a pay-per-view. So I'm excited for the event, and it took 1 episode of Dynamite to get there. I found it interesting, and I'll get your take on it. Last week's episode, as different, poor, good, whatever, everyone, it was a very polarizing episode. Almost everyone who was on that card last week was not on the card this week, and instead featured on a backstage, and flipped, like they just kind of flip-flopped who was on what feature. So I thought that was pretty interesting going into last night's Dynamite. But I thought last night's show was really strong. I thought it was a very good show. Again, the omissions were obvious, but given what happened the week before, it kind of made sense to alternate which week people were being featured where. But yeah, your overall thoughts on Dynamite last night?
Very good bounce back show. Last week was kind of the first kind of legitimately, a lot of people said it was a bad show. I just said it was disappointing. I think that was the best way to describe last week's show, because they had a ton of momentum coming out of AEW Revolution. The show was up like 100,000 viewers, 730,000 that it did for last week's show, coming off of a highly praised, phenomenal pay-per-view that was Revolution. And it was back to kind of the 2025 theme of, you can have great Dynamites leading up to the pay-per-view, but the one after the pay-per-view, they don't put that much effort, or everyone's injured. And then it was a lackluster crowd as well last week. This felt like a bounce back, and they started off hot with getting the vibes there with a big time matchup with Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland. And I totally agree with you as far as like Dynasty now looks like a must watch card. And I think that a lot of the feeling that you had kind of going in previously before last night's show was mainly because last year Dynasty was kind of a filler type of show. They announced like most of the matches within like 2 weeks of the show. There was just random first round matches in the Owen Hart Cup. They did, a great Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight matchup, but that was made on the Dynamite before the show. Then they had a great Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher matchup, but that was made on like the Collision before the show. And then they had Julia Hart and Mercedes Moné on that card. And the one matchup that was built from Revolution to the next pay-per-view was Swerve and Jon Moxley, but it was at that point where we were kind of at the end of the bad run of the Death Riders, the first half of the Death Riders storyline that was not really appealing to a lot of people, and coming off of the bad vibes that they left with us, having Mox and Cope main event Revolution last year, it made Dynasty feel like a filler card, whereas this year they announced 3 big matches: MJF and Kenny Omega, which is a must watch with the 2 biggest stars in the company, 2 of the biggest draws. You got Will Ospreay coming back against Jon Moxley, Cope and Cage versus FTR. That's a hell of a big 3 for the next pay-per-view. Hello, Sean.
Hello, Britt Ross Sapp. Nobody cares.
Damn. I was coming by here to thank you and Jeremy for picking up the slack when I had to travel, or when I predicted Ricochet would tweet about multiple sclerosis, of which my little brother has. And then I planned that to avoid it. And then, Jeremy did a couple interviews for me this week. I believe you were on one of them as well. And I appreciate that, because my psycho neighbor cut my internet line.
Would you please go back and watch the first like 5 minutes of In the Weeds yesterday? Because I did a whole intro about why we were doing Maine, and it included the discussion of what happened to your internet. To which Jeremy replied, "Wait, do you know what happened?" And I was like, in no uncertain terms, yes, without
Yeah.
fully knowing what had happened.
Long story short, my neighbor is a drunk, paranoid, crazy woman who has 13 cameras around the outside of her house.
Amazing.
One of which used to be put in my yard. She used to harass me through said cameras until I called the cops. Then my internet goes down Monday morning, and Tuesday they find out that it is on an easement of which is on her property, or like you have to go through her property. Needless to say, they're not letting her in. It took until late last night before they got in. They had to take a police officer there. One of the quotes that I heard while she was talking to the police officer was, "I'm not a bad person. I do have 3 aggravated DUIs." That was on what she said. And the cop said, if you get one more, you're going to prison for 10 years, right? And I'm just like, damn. And like at this point, I'm not that hard to Google. It's not hard to figure out who she lives next to. At this point, she could get into my mailbox, check my mail. She could be watching this show right now. But go ahead, lady, cut that line again. Let me know how it works for you.
Does she have a kid or a cousin named Colin? Like, what's going on?
She does have a kid, actually.
Is his name Colin? Is he 21?
No.
Oh, well,
What's the bit I'm missing here?
The tweet from yesterday, the one that Meltzer got on.
Oh,
which you've discussed as well. So I'm surprised.
Yeah, I have discussed that. Listen, a lot's happened the last week and a half, right?
That's
then I had to lock in because I got to travel tomorrow. Like I'm driving to Indianapolis, and then I just adjusted my Vegas travel. I'm there for a freaking week. I'm Joel Pearlin it.
Don't do it.
Hey,
I am.
Joel Pearlin it.
Brother, I'm gonna listen, you've done this a billion times. If I can just say one thing, please find some downtime.
I'm planning a lot of downtime.
Good.
I'm planning a lot of downtime.
Good, because that's the one thing. Oh, I know but I'm gonna say
I have WWE media. I've got the Circa Mania events, but I'm kind of leaving it wide open there. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna run myself to death, but
let me do that the week before for you in Vancouver.
There we go.
There you go. I mean, we got I've still got interviews I'm rolling out from WrestleCade. Now I'm like, damn, I've really got to actually post these interviews because now I'm going places. Squared Circle, you got Vancouver.
I've got a Billy interview in the can sitting now that we're going to run after the Billy interview we're running today.
Damn, do we really?
Yeah,
I thought we already ran it.
No, we're running this one because it's more timely, and the other one from C4 is whenever we get a shot. The C4 one was less important in terms of it was more evergreen.
I thought I ran that interview.
That's okay. I got to run the other one that I did with Leah Sparks, who's a fantastic local performer.
Incredible.
So wonderful.
Incredible.
Yeah. But
let me see.
Man, it's coming. It's a busy time of year, man.
You're right. I have not ran that interview yet. I'll put that on for members only. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Start there and it'll just show up when it does. It's not a big deal. It's a fun interview, but it's not like a big newsworthy thing. We got on Tony Khan about licensing Aliens Exist Again. That's been our ongoing bit. Has Tony on for you?
Of course.
Damn. Well, sounds like I've got a lot more work to do. Somebody says SRS please don't run in and help the Invisible Man beat Sandman. I need to interview Sandman too.
And the Invisible Man.
I have interviewed the Invisible Man before.
Oh, that's awesome. I want to watch that.
That happened. But I'll catch you guys later.
Take care.
I appreciate you.
Hey, Sean.
See you guys. Why does StreamYard have a Skype logo now?
Yeah, they completely changed.
They do?
It got weird, man. Look in the top corner of your thing, of the studio. It's now the duck wearing a pair of headphones with an S on the side.
But on the tab, it's like a Skype logo.
Oh,
I guess Skype ain't doing it anymore.
Well, someone's got to.
Start stealing all the Hulk Hogan logos now since he's
bought
dead.
the rights.
That's right.
Wow.
Anyway, that was our Dynamite review.
Now let's talk about it. Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland was the opener last night.
Which, by
And
the way, Tony had gone on his live stream earlier and announced that he was going to do it with limited commercial breaks. And at that point, I was like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna do two things tonight. One, this match is going to be long, which it was. It was good time. And the other one was, we're going to start the main event in the overrun. And guess what they did for the third time in a row?
Start the main event during the overrun. No, they started it with like 3 minutes left in the show. They started it then. But no, I knew when they announced that it was the opener, I was like, oh, Kenny's winning. That was the first thing that I was like, Kenny's winning, and they're setting up the Dynasty main event. That's the only reason you run this at the start of the show, is because you want to announce the Dynasty main event on the show. And I thought it was the right decision. I thought the matchup was absolutely outstanding. These two guys have tremendous chemistry together. Like I honestly, I said it on Twitter, I'll say it here, I want to see the trilogy between these two guys because their chemistry is off the charts. They have this hard-hitting matchup, but also has this kind of like sense of urgency to it. Like the first matchup was very well paced, and this was also well structured, well paced, and that's always the key with the Kenny Omega matches. I think as far as like laying out your matches, Kenny Omega is like a top 3 guy all time in professional wrestling. He knows how to pace out a professional wrestling matchup, especially one that's going to go like 20 minutes plus. He just knows how to have it like ebbs and flows, have the nice little twists and turns to the matchup where you don't really know for sure who's going to pick up the victory. He always knows how to lay out like the key moments in the matchup, where this one was really dominated by Swerve. Swerve gets that low blow early on in the matchup when it was kind of like going back and forth, and he dominated like the next 10 minutes of the matchup. He low blows him, kick to the face, does the power driver on top of the barricade. He hits that sick freaking cop killer in the ring, which I was just scared for Kenny Omega because he landed high on his neck on that one. Had the cool teases to the one wing angel with Swerve coming up with different counters to get out of it until finally Omega hits like 5 V triggers in a row. And I love the V trigger because he hits it in so many different ways. He has the regular one where he does the gun side and then does it against the ropes, but he did it to the back of the head. He did it when he was running. He did it right like standing, just straight up. He did the ripcord version, and then finally he hits the big version of the V trigger, hits the one wing angel. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega picks up the win. Excellent sequel to my TV match of the year. Top 3 matchup of the year was the first matchup. This is right up there as far as like best TV matches that I've seen this year. Just a great kind of second matchup in this series between Omega and Swerve. What did you think?
I love the look on Kenny's face whenever he goes for the one-winged angel with Swerve, because he's got a big smile on his face, and I don't know why, but he's just like, come on, feed me your arm, come on, let me get. He's like he's playing with a kid. It's very funny to watch. If you go back, just watch the tease when Swerve gets out of it the first time, and then when he finally hits it, it's just the face that Kenny makes. Kenny is a very unserious human being. He's an excellent wrestler. He's so good at what he does. He will take literally anything that he trusts a wrestler with. He will, like, again, the cop killer, and he lands on the top of his head. Like he will take that because he trusts Swerve. But at the same time, he'll probably do it and smile. And that's kind of the funniness of watching Kenny work, is that he's so good at doing the moves, but sometimes when he tries to emote, it's like he's enjoying himself too much. And it's like, it's not even a problem. It's just a little thing I noticed that makes me laugh. But no, the match was excellent, and beat by beat, what you said was a great capitulation. The idea of Swerve winning, Jeremy and I talked about this. The setup for this match, while the EVP versus number one contendership stuff, that was a little bit clunky because we talked about the EVP and like how it's not really. First of all, like Tony is the one who can say who an EVP is. He is the guy in charge. He should be able to do it. But like real life Tony is a professional, on air Tony is a psychopath. So maybe he would be okay with it. Booker Tony on the TV is just like, oh sure, why don't you go kill yourself for $250,000? Let's go. And that's just what Tony does. But the other side of it is going into Dynasty, Kenny in Canada or Swerve at his event. Because Dynasty, as he said, is his show, which goes back and there is roots in Swerve's ascent at Dynasty. So like the way that they inadvertently made this an important match while still making it a very important match is perfect. And for that, doing a match like this and making it the opening hot match with a good angle coming into this show, building to a pay-per-view, like they had everything in order. So the match was great. And by the end of it, you bought into Kenny getting the title shot. What happens with Swerve is now the next question. What do you do with Swerve at Dynasty? Is he off the card? Does he lick his wounds? Does he have a different title that he goes after? What is Swerve now that he's got nothing on the docket?
I think you keep Swerve off of this pay-per-view because then it opens the door for Swerve to potentially interfere and cost Kenny this title match. Because I don't know if you want to pull the trigger. I mean, it would be great. I am a Kenny Omega fan. That's why I said I'm Team God over Team Devil, and I am a fan of Steph Omega, not Clay Omega, like Jeremy Lambert was trying to be a naysayer and call him that early on in the year. I've been a believer in Kenny Omega. I would love to see him be the AEW World Champion again. And also a cool note about the pay-per-view, this is the first time on an AEW pay-per-view that Kenny Omega is challenging for the AEW World Championship. He's never challenged for the AEW World Championship on pay-per-view ever before. His first matchup where he beat Jon Moxley for the title was on Winter is Coming on Dynamite. His second matchup against MJF in 2023 was on an episode of Collision. It's the first time on a pay-per-view. So I think that you keep Swerve off of it because you already got this big, strong top three on the card. You still need something for like Thekla and the Women's Championship, maybe Willow with the TBS Championship. You got Darby Allin kind of in this feud with the Don Callis family now, maybe him against Andrade. You set up Kyle Fletcher being in contendership for the AEW World Championship, but also being the TNT champion. Another person who's inserted himself into the AEW World title picture over the last couple of weeks is Speedball Mike Bailey, and you can easily run back Speedball and Kyle Fletcher. So I think you have enough to have a strong 8 to 9 match card. Knowing Tony, he'll probably make it a 10 match card without using Swerve on this particular card. I don't think this card needs Swerve, and that can be a part of kind of his new direction. The show that he's headlined the first 2 years of his existence, Dynasty, like you said, it's his show. He became AEW World Champion in 2024. He headlined 2025 against Moxley, and now because he lost one matchup against a guy he already beat, he is not going to be on that show. That creates kind of a new kind of plot thread or arc for Swerve to kind of get revenge or get his way onto the card, having a vendetta because he's being left off the card of the show that he feels like he created.
I think it's time, SP3, for the new sorry, what's the wow? I was gonna say the new dynasty. I didn't mean the new dynasty. It's time for Swerve's new. Oh my God! Why did I just blank on the damn ROH stable? What's the damn stable? Come on, what's not a stable?
Mogul Embassy.
The Embassy. Thank you. The Embassy.
Yeah.
Dynasty, Embassy. They mean the same thing, right? Totally. Don't question it. It's time for the new Embassy. Thank you, Redmond Survivor and SP3.
Okay.
It's time to put a new embassy together. It's time for Swerve to team up with two guys and go after those trios titles and go after Speedball, the protege, quote unquote, of Kenny in this case. That's the way they're presenting it. That Kenny and Speedball have a mentor mentee, but also at the same time didn't come up at the same time. But you said Speedball looked up to Kenny and continues to look up to Kenny. So Swerve would want to get he'd want to do something underhanded, like take out the protege to get back at Kenny, and you win the trios titles, or you go after the trios champions, of which you've got Speedball. Now, what do you do with Kevin Knight? You're not going to have, if the story is Kevin Knight joins, the embassy, then you kind of screw up the trios division. But maybe there is a story in there of this new embassy forming and going after Jet Speedstico.
I can see that. But you would have to kind of speed run through it, which I think that they can kind of not drag it out, but kind of pace it better with building this new Mogul Embassy. What happened?
You started that way. That the start is them being dominant and winning the trios titles, because the trios titles don't really matter.
But who is going to be his partners again?
It's going to have to
go and Jets.
Well, that's the thing. It would have to be a bit of a shock. whoever it is, it would have to be a shock. I don't think it should be Top Flight or anything like that, but I don't know who it is. But it's got to be someone or some two people that fits the mold and also aren't just brand new faces. In other words, don't do another Parker and Trench situation.
Private Party.
Yeah, you could do Private Party. You could do, because they're absolutely, they're nowhere. They did the match on Collision, the money match, and since then, maybe they bought their way in. Yeah, maybe
they've been spending the money.
They've been spending the money into the embassy. But like maybe that's it. You know, maybe Big Bill Brian Keith. There's another group that you can put him in. My point being,
Paid in full.
Sure, whatever you want to call them, I don't care. But you do a trio.
No, that's their name, Big Bill. And Brian Keith.
Bill and Brian Keith. They're called Paid in Full. You're right. Yeah. But my point being, you take them, make them a trios, and you make them dominant quickly, so that they do take the trios title and they continue to be dominant. There is a longer story about the Speedball and Kenny story that Swerve is kind of tangentially part of. That's my brain. That's where that's at. But again, or you could do Swerve versus Speedball 1-on-1, which again, great match, but you're further proving that the trios titles don't matter. And you've got Mystico. Make use of Mystico. Not that Vancouver's a hotbed of lucha, but we can at least enjoy the match on pay-per-view.
I mean, that you can go in that direction. I see somebody say Swerve and Speedball. You can go in that direction as well. I don't agree with you can't keep Swerve off the card. You can keep anyone off any card as far as like saving them, and if they're going to be used in a bigger story, like Swerve getting involved in the main event, I think that's perfectly fine. And like I said, you create a whole different story of basically Swerve having a vendetta against Kenny Omega, even bigger if he's the reason why Swerve is not on the Dynasty card, the pay-per-view that he has basically went to the mantle, got to the throne of AEW. That creates a bigger issue between Swerve and Omega by leaving him off the card. You can use it in the story.
Yeah, you can. Oh, by the way, this is the right answer right here. The new embassy of Kevin Knight and Michael Nakazawa.
Oh, betrayal. Michael Nakazawa, the guy that Kenny got his job in AEW. Or Swerve finally joins the Hurt Syndicate and he teams with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin.
I mean, what do you call them? The Embassy Syndicate? The Hurt Embassy?
The Embassy Syndicate.
Sounds like the most awful. Nana and MVP just talking about weed and coffee.
Perfect. What? Sign me up for that. I don't care what anybody says. Sign me up for that.
Forget it on the
but yeah, there's a couple of different directions that you could go in with Swerve coming out of that. But yes, that wasn't the only time we saw Kenny on the show. We also saw him come out as MJF was bragging about him making Hangman Adam Page never, ever, 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 ever challenging for the AEW World Championship
Taylor
again.
Swift over here. Never, ever, 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 ever getting back together.
I mean, that's what he did. He dropped like 10 evers. But yeah, him saying that he made sure Hangman is not getting another shot, hit up all his catchphrases, and then Kenny Omega came out and basically says that he has been called the cleaner, the best bout machine, and the god of pro wrestling. He said even at his top of his heeldom, he never called himself the god of pro wrestling. I'm pretty sure you did, Kenny, or Don Callis at least did. And he says that it may take a god to beat the devil, and he set up him and MJF at Dynasty. Really like what they said in the promos. I think that Omega's delivery could have been stronger here, but it was a good segment to set it up. He just felt like he was tired after the matchup, the way he said everything.
Once again, Kenny unserious Omega comes to play. And again, this is the thing. It's like, yeah, we're really looking forward to this match. And Kenny's like, excuse me, I'm sweaty and I'm tired. I had a match. How are you, MJF? Oh, you're smelly too. Anyway, LOL. He's a little troll, but he's so unserious. And I'm sitting here being like, all right, whatever, man. Like, let's just call the match. Let's go. You can see Max,
we know where you're going here. We know where you're going here.
and Max in the corner being like, "Oh shit, I gotta build this for 2 weeks, don't I?"
It's like it's all on me, guys.
Oh, yeah, because anytime Max tries to take it to 10, Kenny's gonna be like, "LOL, that was very funny." Anyway, let's talk about my EVP status. I think it's just gonna be Kenny's not gonna take anything seriously except for the world title. Maybe he'll take the world title seriously. I don't know, but just him coming out and the way he spoke and the way he did it, and this was the blocking issue that I thought was silly from Kenny. Was MJF leaves, he goes to the back, and Kenny goes to do the goodbye, good night, but he faces his back is to the Tron, which is where MJF had just come out of. And I'm like, you're leaving yourself open to being attacked from behind. And so I thought I was going to watch MJF knock down Kenny, beat him from behind, and then walk away and be like, I'm the champion. But they didn't do that. So I don't know if that was lost opportunity or if that was just Kenny not running, not blocking properly in terms of the way it should have been.
I thought it was a production choice to have the framing of the Dynasty on April 12th behind Kenny as he gave the go home line. I thought it was more about that than afterwards, because I was like you. My initial thought was, he's turning his back to the entrance so MJF can come back out, attack him from behind, and get the last laugh. But they still needed to do one more segment with Kenny. This was a Kenny Omega heavy show, and I was all here for it. But I needed the delivery of that promo to be a little bit stronger. I like them setting up also the contract signing for next week. And not only that, they know that this is Kenny Omega's hometown, or at least Kenny said something to Tony backstage, and Tony was like, you know what? We're going to add a matchup with Kenny Omega next week, because Ricochet had a promo as well where he apologized, not for what we thought he would be, or a lot of people thought he would be, but he apologized for freaking out and overreacting after Revolution when he lost the national championship. But he says he was set up by the company, but this company wants to give Kenny Omega a shot. But the last time he remembers, he went one-on-one with Kenny Omega, he knocked him out, and he was the last one standing. And now you got Kenny going after title gold, but he shouldn't. I should be the one in line for title gold. And Kenny, in an exclusive online, basically called out Ricochet and says, you got two guys, I'm gonna get two guys. I got one guy that kind of owes me a favor. He's a good friend of mine who happens to be the most dangerous man in AEW, Brody King. Brody King. And then I also have someone that knows you very well, who you lost the title to, in Jack Perry. So it's going to be the man versus Omega, Brody, and Perry next week. And then he also had that backstage segment where he talked about the contract signing for next week. And he says that he's ready for that. And then Speedball came in and said that he wants to be first in line for the opportunity at Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship.
Now, hold on. Why didn't Kenny just get jet speed?
Oh no! Why didn't Kenny Omega just get the Young Bucks?
That's true. But I get it. But if you're gonna do the stuff with Speedball, why wouldn't you get the logical movement would be to get the tag team partner of Speedball, Mike Bailey, who is also a champion, to then come together to do this match against the Demand, who, I assume Ricochet is getting, a little bit of getting the shine taken off of him because of what happened. This might be Tony's way of just being like, Omega's going to beat you. It'll be.
Or he could have got Brodito too. He got Brody. Why did he get the Dito?
He's not getting Bandito because. No, next week they're in Canada, so they could do it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is Collision. Yeah. Wait, is this Collision?
No, this is Dynamite.
Next week on Dynamite. Okay, I was gonna say it's so weird. Because Bandito can come to Canada and work, but he can't go to the US because of the visa stuff. That's the weird thing, by the way, kids. If you're ever wondering, the US is really the only country, possibly in the world, that requires a visa for you to wrestle. If you go to Canada and you want to go wrestle, guess what you can do? Go wrestle. They don't require a visa to do it. If you want to go to the States, that you got to do. It's ridiculous. But that's why I was like, wait, if Bandito's going to come to Canada, but no, they're in Cedar Rapids, and then they're in Canada. Anyway, the point is, you could have done it, but they didn't. Yeah, Kenny and Kayfabe think Speedball is weird and doesn't like him.
I mean, this is verbatim what he said to him last year before Dynasty. He was like,
But they're both weird. They're both weird.
But that is such what a weird person would say. A weird person looking at another weird person would just be like, "You're weird."
So ridiculous. Anyway, I would have gotten jet speed. That's really the crux of this. But regardless,
I would have got Brodito.
You could have gotten Bruno. Yeah, I could have done Brodito. All right, whatever, man. It's just very funny.
I would have got the Young Bucks.
You could have got the Young Bucks. Yeah, Henry's saying in the backstage with Omega and Bailey, they're shaking hands, and they're shaking hands, and Omega's like, you can let go now, and Speedball's like, I don't want to.
After that, he was like, I'm not picking you for this trios matchup.
Which AEW is like, when he does, Bailey will be first in line for a shot, but right now he just wants to shake Omega's hand, which he did for an uncomfortably, if comedically long time, exclamation points.
That's what AEW put on their site.
Literally what the Dynamite results read as. Just the most absurd.
That's actually pretty good.
I'm telling y'all, like when I read the results, just as we're going through this stuff, I always laugh because there's always an exclamation point at the end of every paragraph or every other paragraph, and it's always like multiple paragraphs long when they don't need to be. But it's very funny. Anyway, Kenny was all over this show.
Yeah. That's why I'm here for it. I enjoyed this show because Kenny was all over it. Speedball was also on the show. Other than the backstage segment, he picked up a win over Rocky Romero, less than 3 minutes. Thank you, Dynamite, for giving us a short matchup on this card, which is very rare for them.
I don't know.
It was a standby match.
He was nowhere to be found until the end. He wasn't even on TV until anyway. We'll get there. Speedball Rocky is inoffensive. I also think about the fact that you could have done any mid-card women's match instead of this to build the two divisions you haven't built, which are the women's tag and the TBS titles. I understand, they're doing the rematch for the women's tag on Collision. That's good. Get that out of the way. Move forward from that. Let Divine Dominion go off and be champions. Let Babes of Wrath either split up or let Willow focus on the TBS title. But you should have somebody in the wings waiting for the TBS title match. If it's Mercedes versus Willow, and we're getting to that, first of all, drop the ball of promoting Mercedes showing up next week, which I'm almost certain she will be because she's doing Winnipeg Pro the night before, dropping the title to Jody Threat, and probably going to appear on Dynamite in Winnipeg the next night. They even sent Jerry Lynn to the damn show to make sure that Mercedes makes it to Winnipeg the next night, or makes it to the venue the next night. Anyway, I thought if you had gotten rid of the Bailey Rocky match, you could have replaced it with something that started to build someone for either the tag or TBS title, and that would have been a good spot instead of this. But again, you're using Speedball to set up the Kenny story. I can't be mad at it. I just would have preferred something in the women's division to build.
I don't mind this because it was 2 minutes. I'd much rather have had a women's matchup in the place of Skyflight versus Death Riders. I understand Jon Moxley is the ace. I understand Jon Moxley is the reigning Continental Champion. But dude, we don't need him to wrestle every week. He's wrestled every week of 2026. There is such a thing of law of diminishing returns. And yes, you're doing it in different ways. You're doing a tag team matchup one week. You're doing a eliminator match another week. You're doing a six person tag last night. And I'm all for Zeta Steel. I'd much rather, if you were going to do Zeta Steel making her debut, give her all the spotlight and have her go one-on-one with Marina Shafir if you want to build back Marina Shafir into someone who can get a shot at either Willow or Thekla down the line, whatever you want to do. I like Zeta Steel being on this show. I didn't need it to be a 6-person tag, I'll be honest. I thought it was a good matchup, don't get me wrong, but I didn't need it. It wasn't necessary. It was really just a backdrop for the post match where Moxley accepted Will Ospreay's challenge, which Will Ospreay's promo was fantastic. I loved his promo. His promo, he was intense. He set up a big matchup for next week with Pac, which should be the main event in Winnipeg. And then he also sets up him and Moxley in a grudge match, not for the Continental title, which was a lot of people were asking that question when he made his return at Revolution. Oh, is he going to try to get the Continental title? But what about him going for the AEW World title? But I like the fact they established that it's a grudge match, that this is about him getting revenge, not wanting what Moxley has.
Two things to point out. There were multiple people over in the UK doing all in pre-sale media. So Julia Hart was one of them, despite being from the Minnesota area. And Will was also, I think, over in the UK doing stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was doing. So it's funny because a lot of stuff was filmed last week to play this week, and you couldn't tell, but you could kind of tell. But that was one of them. So Julia was unavailable, and Will was unavailable, and there were I think the Bucks were also backstage because they were off. It's been a whole bunch of stuff.
Look at you.
Oh, hello.
What? Oh, you say hi to Joel?
Hi,
Hi.
Joe. I'm gonna start Dada.
What?
What
What
should
is
we-
that? Oh, what is that? You squirt? Does it got water in there?
Oh, no, I hope it's water.
Say hi to the people. What do you better be water in there. I hope it. Oh yeah, you showed them your picture, your story that you made.
That's a wonderful picture. It's very bright and colorful.
She's an artist.
Yeah, I can tell that.
She likes to tell stories with her pictures.
Why she came in with a syringe to you've even
I
shown-
know. This is like MJF and Hangman here.
Yeah. Did you watch that main event with you? Is that what's going on?
Who do you like, Hangman or MJF?
I'm Jenna.
Yeah, MJF. See, she likes the one who had the syringe, so that's why she
Psychopath.
wanted to do that spot.
Yeah,
Thank
she
you.
likes psychopaths. Start counting your days, SP3.
She likes New Yorkers. New York represent. That's where
I
we're
guess
at.
that's fair. She likes the Jews.
Like the Jews, huh?
Jews. Anyway, I forgot, where were we? Osprey. Anyway, a bunch of people were across the pond or just unavailable. So, yeah, the Will Osprey segment was great. I liked the fact that he's not only serious, but like this match has a reason. My unfortunate reality is also Jon Moxley was kind of a babyface 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
Yes, he was.
and now
definitely was.
we're just like, well, I'm an asshole again, and I'm gonna beat up Will Ospreay. And I'm like, all right, he's an asshole again. We're gonna beat up Will Ospreay. Jon Moxley gets away with it because it's Jon Moxley, but it's just it was just a very snap change of just like, oh, Will's back. All right, John, you're an asshole again. So is your team. All right.
I am guessing that the match at Dynasty ends with Will beating him with the Tiger Driver, and then Moxley Moxley either gets stretchered out or he gets up and he shakes Will's hand and he's back to being a babyface after Dynasty.
We're just doing it for the lulz, just to clear up the space.
Yep. Just to close that loop, we just need you to be a heel for 4 weeks.
Amazing. If it happens, I'm gonna laugh, and it was just gonna be perfect.
That's what I suspect. That's at least what I suspect here.
And then Cope wants to end the FTR.
That was a good promo. I thought it was a good promo by Cope. I enjoyed what he had to say. He showed that intensity he's always been known for. Christian was the highlight of that backstage promo, though.
Did you
Christian
know
say
is an asshole? Did you know that he's an asshole? Were you
I wasn't sure until he said, you guys power drived Adam's wife and you gave her cervical damage. But the worst thing that you did, the most deplorable thing that you did, is when you spike power drived me. And then just walks off, just leaves his partner. It's like, this guy's really an asshole. No, he's a dick. Christian is a dick. But I'm a Christian Cage guy. I'm all for Christian Cage. Christian Cage better than Adam Copeland still to this day. I've been riding this bandwagon for 25 years. I'm still here. Christian Cage is where it's at.
Yeah, he's great. Except it's gonna be all Cope. It's gonna be all Cope. And then they're gonna win those tag titles. And then Christian Cage is gonna be like, I'm an asshole. And Cope's going to be like, but you're our asshole.
You're my asshole.
No. Once they have, it's going to be him and Beth, and you're our asshole. And the crowd's going to go, oh. It's going to be a TV moment.
It's going to be a healing moment between all of them. But yes, then FTR cut their promo, another good promo, talking about, I don't care about your kids. I don't care about your kids. Who cares about your wife and your kids? Exactly. I agree with him.
Coach, they should be working with FTR. That's what should be happening.
Yeah. So good response by them, and then they got into a shoving match with Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy afterwards. But breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, the Dogs won a match.
Wait, that's the wrong one. Wait, no, that's the wrong one.
Man, I thought I was gonna have to sell my dog stock. I am dog adjacent SP3. I thought I was going to have to sell all my stock in the Dogs, but they finally won a damn matchup. Thank you so much, Tony Khan, for finally paying attention. Because I thought when OC and Roddy got into that shoving match with FTR, I was like, oh, man, they're going to let the conglomeration win to set up them versus FTR for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Oh man, this sucks. I was like, you can't do this. Not to David Finlay, not to the 4th generation Savage. But they hit the full clip. Yes, the finishing move, Mikey, like Mikey said in the chat, the finishing move of Jilla Maloney and Clark Connors when they were IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. They hit that. They hit the drive-by. They got the win. 1, 2, 3 on Orange Cassidy. Finally, some positive momentum. Now get the hell away from the conglomeration at all costs, the Dogs.
I'm still waiting for Roddy Strong to leave the conglomeration and join the Dogs.
No, he's officially a part of the conglomeration.
I never kept anyone in one place.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, you kidding me? Wow, Sami Zayn still part of the bloodline.
Oh, who cares? Dude, that's a different organization. They're talking about AEW here. Once your conglomeration for life.
Wait, no, you can't use that, which is a different IP for another company too. What are you doing?
Didn't see what I did there. You didn't see what I did there.
Stop it.
He wore the shirt and everything. Come on, Joel.
He is gonna take off that shirt and burn it. It's gonna be like Y2AJ all over again. That's right. We're crossing streams.
It's official. It's official.
The t-shirt company can make several t-shirts. It's fine.
Not good ones, but yeah.
Sure.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the matchup too. This was a very good matchup with the Dogs and the conglomeration here. But I'm glad David Finlay, Clark Connors picking up a victory while their other friend is dead in a casket somewhere.
Poor Gabe kid. Put him down like a dog.
Morbid stuff. And then we had a double main event on the show,
because one is not enough. You need two.
One is not enough. Literally, did y'all notice how Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Taz kept trying to convince us or trying to bring up different reasons why Darby and Roosh was the main event over Omega and Swerve in a AEW Women's World Title match? It's like they're gonna bring apart the ring.
Yeah, really building up things that didn't happen. Good for you guys.
Great matchup though. Yes. They killed that. It was exactly what if you told me what does Roosh versus Darby Allin look like? Oh, it looks like Roosh killing Darby Allin for 15 minutes, and that's what it was.
Yeah, and then Roosh getting a just roll up fucking pin him up victory. Just a Roosh
jackknife pin.
Yeah, just a jackknife pin, because God forbid Roosh take an actual pinfall loss once in a while.
Nope.
He just runs out of the ring because Roosh would shoot on him afterwards for winning the match. This was great. It was because they started it so late. It had to be a sprint, and I'm glad they did it this way. It was just Darby getting ragdolled by Roosh getting most of the offense in, and then Darby, not even needing a hope spot, just needing that roll up, and that was it. And then Darby gets beat the shit out of. I love that the Minnesota crowd waited until 10:01 Eastern to start chanting "fuck ice." Like
Oh
literally,
man, that was great. They
Oh.
was like, we're gonna make sure that we're past the 10 o'clock hour, and they did the loudest
yeah, they got loud.
F Ice chant, and it was like they were in favor of Roosh because they were chanting F Ice. I was like, yeah, they're cheering for but why? Like we need more Roosh on AEW television because
No,
I
we
swear
No,
for
we
a guy that doesn't get consistently used. Every single crowd loves Roosh. You always hear them going crazy, going Roosh, Roosh, Roosh,
No,
Roosh. I was
no,
like,
you're mishearing them. They're actually big TNA fans. They're going Moose.
this guy always got to bring up TNA. God
Don't worry,
damn.
we got
Now I
TNA
see what
preview later.
that's what I know. Joel, he goes through. I mean, Jeremy goes through this every Friday. But yeah, great matchup between Roosh and Darby, probably the second best behind Omega and Swerve on the night. But I love Roosh anytime he goes out there because he's gonna beat the hell out of his opponent and he's gonna lose by some fluke pin. That's the Roosh formula if he has a big time singles match.
For anyone, I see someone in the chat being like, I have to assume that there are issues with Roosh. You don't have to assume. You just have to go back and read about his Ring of Honor days and his time in Mexico. And the man doesn't like to lose. The man does not lose. He refuses to lose. So for some reason, Tony just adds another 0 to the check and says lose. And Roosh is like, okay, I'll lose. And that is the only way that Roosh loses. And it's probably costing more money than it's worth. But he's good. He is good at doing these matches. But unfortunately, he's going to cost the booker more money than needed to do something that every wrestler should do, which is lose.
And I'm pretty sure Darby has a concussion after this matchup.
I'm
That
pretty sure
blade
was with a concussion.
that blade job was crazy. There was a pool of blood on the floor. Then he does a tope suicida where he nearly goes headfirst into the commentary table. Then after the matchup, he gets dropped on his head by Mark Davis with the gut wrench power driver, and then he gets slammed down by Lance Archer to close the show with the family standing on top and Andrade asking for his shot at the AEW World Championship. Seems like we're setting up probably Andrade versus Darby for Dynasty.
Maybe because after the show, Brody King came out to make the save after Darby had been beat to shit. I think it should be Darby versus Andrade. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a tag of some sorts.
I can see that.
So we'll see if they play it up as like as Brody came out, because they did not have him on the show for the entire event. He was afterwards. They brought him out. He got a huge reaction apparently, and obviously more fuck eyes chants. And yeah, that was, listen, good for them. They should be voicing their opinions for this. But yeah, that the only thing left from Dynamite was the Thekla and Mina Shirakawa match,
and the backstage with Fletcher.
Oh yeah, that's kind of move things forward. Let's get to that first. What do we think? Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita are pals again. But
they've totally missed the boat on this Don Callis family storyline.
Well, yes. Why didn't Takeshita win the Continental Championship if Moxley and Will is not going to be for the Continental Championship?
That's a great question, Joel. That's a great fucking question.
Why didn't we just have this go? And why can't Takeshita and Okada be doing some sort of, I don't know, combination match, some sort of unification match for a unified title that maybe still exists somewhere in a backstage in one of those drawers in the push carts in AEW?
They missed the boat on this whole thing, and now Takesha's in a group that he has actively said he doesn't want to do things their way, but he's still in the group because he's best friends with Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher has a TNT championship. Fletcher's talking about going for the AEW World Championship, while Takesha's just here hugging him, and he has no direction whatsoever in AEW right now.
Are they going to do a thing where Fletcher is actually the good guy and Takeshita just turns more bad? more heel.
Nah, no, you can't. You can't. Like you already missed the boat on this Don Callis family thing. I think you still have enough time to turn Takeshita babyface because anytime he's in a big matchup, the crowd gets behind him. You saw that at Revolution, but you can't just honey dick us and drag us along until you get closer to All In. You gotta pull the trigger, like. By like double or nothing. That's what I'm putting you at. I'm putting you at a limit. We gotta give Tony Khan limits. You gotta tell this story and turn Takeshita officially babyface by double or nothing. No later than that. You've already missed the boat, but at least get it done. At least pull this carcass over the finish line. Dear God.
Finally, the real main event. Don't let them tell you otherwise. If you got a title on the line, it's the main event. Thekla, who re-signed according to Fightful Select, a new deal with AEW, defeats Mina Shirakawa. Mina wins one match, gets herself a world title shot. That's how you do it, baby. But we're asking all the women in AEW. Every interview we do with any woman in AEW, we're asking, did you murder Toni Storm? We asked Billy. You'll get her answer soon. I guess you get it now because the interview's up, but you should see her answer. She implicates herself fairly heavily. But anyway, all of this just to say, Thekla's great. Mina wrestled a good match. These two have wrestled each other billions of times, and this is fine. This is a good match. I don't know who's facing Thekla for the world title, but I do like that they at least opened it up that they could do this match again because of the brass knuckles. I also like that Thekla was very good at hiding them in the post-match victory as she's doing her little dance and like putting her arm with the knuckles on her side, just being like, no, but I'm so happy. It was very good. It was very fun stuff. The match was solid.
Thekla might be, her and Kenny Omega might be the best emoters in AEW. Her doing the Tony and then her turning it. I was like, you're so good. You're so good.
Just an unserious woman in an unserious business. Let's go.
Oh my God, she was so awesome in this matchup. Like, this matchup was so much better than it had any right to be because I didn't think that Mina had the best week last week. I didn't think that matchup with Marina Shafir was that good, even though she did get the victory. I didn't think the match was that good, but this match was good. They had some hard-hitting action. It felt physically intense. It felt like a throwback to kind of their stardom time, their time in stardom where they had a memorable feud with one another. But yeah, Mina was serious, kind of coming out for revenge. But man, Thekla was just on her charisma at 10, just doing the Tony mannerism, doing the Mina man. She's like, ooh. She's so funny. She's hilarious. So we need more Thekla on AEW Dynamite. Every single week, we should have Thekla.
Yeah, I see Reb and Survivor saying, assume they run it back with the brass knuckles. They've got a couple of weeks to either run it back on TV or do the pay-per-view. I'm fine without doing this again, unless this is going to give Mina a different edge and they're going to play into Mina's character more. She was more serious in this match. It's showing that she's willing to develop a dark side characteristically on the show, which is good. I'm more concerned about this just being Mina has another match, Mina loses, and then we're back to dancing happy Mina, and that's it. I don't want that. So if they do a rematch, it's got to have a good reason for it beyond she cheated to win. And I guess we'll find out soon enough what that's supposed to be.
Yeah, we shall see. But I'm waiting to see them give more storyline investment into the women's division because it has not been here for much of 2026. So we'll see what happens in a little bit. But that was all from Dynamite. What was your moment of Wednesday, Joel?
My moment of Wednesday was watching Kenny Omega be the most unserious human being in the room possible at every turn, including smiles when he hits a big move, smiles when he's trying to have a serious conversation with the world champion, smiles when the guy that he's a geek awkward guy around shakes his hand for too long. Just the best geek in all of wrestling, Kenny Omega. How about you?
My moment of Wednesday was Thekla. Was Thekla doing Toni Storm mannerisms in the AEW Women's World Championship matchup. I loved every moment of Thekla in this matchup. She would put a big smile on my face. That's what I needed to see. So that was my moment of Wednesday. What do you want to do first? Do you want to do the TNA Impact preview, or you want matches of the week?
Oh, let's get this preview out of the way because tomorrow night
Please.
is the Sacrifice event, and I'll be doing a post show tonight for TV, but not for Sacrifice because I ain't doing I'm not staying up for Sacrifice. I'm not. I'm sorry, folks.
Smart man.
So,
Smart man.
here's all you need to know. Creative Pro Wrestling put out an image. I think maybe I can pull this up from my Twitter. That I just need people to see. For those who've been watching TNA, I think this is the funniest shit in the world. Creative Pro just completely cutting out TNA's legs from under them by doing this. Presenting The System. TNA Wrestling's The System will be at their May 1st event. One of these things is not it just doesn't belong. I think she's right over here.
So they just spoiled one of the biggest matches at Sacrifice, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Even though if you've been watching TNA, you kind of could have already guessed that this was going to happen.
So incredibly obvious that Lish was going to turn on Moose at Sacrifice and join Edward Edwards because God forbid you don't stand by your man. Rejoin with your husband. Just hilarious. And then those two are going to go into the pay-per-view Rebellion, and they'll face Mike Santana for the title. Anyway, to tonight's show, you've got Mike Santana and Leon Slater. That's going to be fun. Those two together against Edward Edwards and Cedric Alexander. A moose faces a bear. That's kind of show you want. That is a shoot bear and a shoot moose. Jeff Hardy takes on Brian Myers, Mustafa Ali and BDE in a match that I was told was incredible because BDE and Mustafa Ali both are at different parts of their career, and Ali knows how to work. The Diamond Mine takes on Grace Hudson and Jody Threats, and Eric Young has a match. So there you go.
Wait, they got Diamond Mine?
I just called them the Diamond Mine because the Diamond Collective, the Diamond 3, I don't know, Tessa's brand, Tessa's thing.
Oh, Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone.
Yeah, there you go. Diamonds and Pearls, but not me. Diamonds and Guns.
There you go.
Very famous song by, anyway.
Diamonds and Foxes.
Yeah, there you go. And Mila Moore. This match is going to suck for me to cap because Mila Moore and Mila Grace are in a match together.
Ooh,
yeah,
no, that's difficult.
Yeah, Mila and Mila. I'm gonna have to talk about those two. They're great, but they're also impossible to tell apart in terms of the names. Matches of the week.
All right, so I got 5 for this week. I kept it shorter than the last couple of weeks. All right, number 5. We got Hechicero versus Claudio Castagnoli from last Friday's CMLL Legends Tribute Show. Excellent matchup. Great technical wrestling from those two guys, two of the best technicians in the world today. I got the chance to talk to Hechicero. My piece with Hechicero is going to be dropping on SI.com, and we got to talk about this matchup a little bit. So looking forward to that. Then we got at number 4, it was an 8-man reverse elimination mask versus hair matchup that Max Starr was the last one to basically get a pinfall to get himself eliminated, which led to Paul Vera to get his mask removed, but just nonstop action. The crowd was invested into that one. Just watch these Friday night Reno, Mexico shows. They got the best atmosphere, the best crowds in all of pro wrestling. So those two matches were the best matches from that show. Number 3, I went with, oh man, this one you got to watch. You got to watch. Even Joel has to watch this one. From the Sarai-ism show, Sarai and O'Hara versus Shishihiro Hashimoto and Shuri. This is one of the best tag team matches of the year. Just nonstop action, intensity, fighting spirit. The crowd was invested. One of the most attended independent all-woman shows in history in Japan. It was just absolutely fabulous pro wrestling at its finest. One of the best tag team matches of the year. Go out of your way to watch that one. Number 2, I went with Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland from last night's Dynamite. a fantastic sequel to one of the best matches of the year from February 18. This was just as good, but not as good, not exactly as good. I thought that matchup in February was 5 stars. This is like slightly below that, but not far off. Just incredible pro wrestling and incredible chemistry between the two guys. But the match of the week, number 1, Callum Newman versus Yuya Uemura from the New Japan Cup final. 5-star instant classic, one of the best New Japan matches of the year so far, and a great glimpse into the future, the next generation of New Japan. Between these two guys, you got the top gaijin in Callum Newman, the future ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling in Yuya Uemura, and these two guys put themselves on the map in the best match of the week from last Thursday to now.
Wonderful. Results of our poll question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Who should face and dethrone Maxwell Jacob Friedman? 88 of you voted, so you're a bunch of frauds.
Fraudulent.
Darby Allin, 6%. You're all wrong. Should be 86% Darby Allin. Gunther, 22%, because not like
Great
Gunther's
job.
Yep. Kenny
Good
Omega, 32%.
Ooh.
With 40% of the votes, Will Ospreay. Someone forgot to add an R.
Way to go, Jeremy.
Way to go, Jeremy. Will Ospreay. Whoever that is, 40% of the votes. Ryan Lambert's right. There should have been more evil in that poll. Tony loves evil. Booked him all the time. Totally loved him.
Definitely would have him win the world title. Yeah.
Toriano, same thing, you know.
Hey, either or. My pick would have. I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega after last night, but yeah, I don't know how you take the title off of Max after the success they've had in the ratings, in ticket sales for the pay-per-view, in ticket sales for the weekly show has gone up this year, and it's all due to Max being on top as the AEW World Champion and the story of all these challengers going after him. So I don't know how you take the title off of him right now.
Darby in July.
Ugh, no.
Ryan Lambert sent a super chat saying, I'm calling you out. Don't know who you exactly is yet.
You.
That's what we do. What did we accomplish today, SB3? You were here longer than I was.
We accomplished a lot. We talked in depth about the 90-Day Fiance universe and why it is one of the best successful dating shows out there, where they have the highest success rate of couples that stay together than any other reality show, and why they have delivered some of the greatest reality television moments. Some of the most ridiculous stuff that we've seen on television in the last decade has been on that show. We talked about Scream 7 and why it sucks. We talked about other Scream movies as well. And we talked about Age of Attraction and AEW Dynamite, a good follow-up to last week's disappointing show.
I accomplished a first hour in which I was in therapy. We talked about pride, and you should be prideful. Though pride may come before the fall, there are levels of pride. So please, if you're prideful of something, don't be afraid to show it, and don't be afraid to tell others about it, as long as you're not boasting. That is important. And then we talked about Dynamite, where we've been on a run of great shows, even though last week doesn't exist. It was a fever dream. Oh, I like last
They
week.
won 11 of their last 12 weeks.
Last week's show wasn't so bad. Not every week you get to run a guy off car and then, do the things they did. So it was fine. Anyway, talked about Dynamite. Dynamite was fine. And Dynamite was very strong this week. And while you're at it, get ready for Dynasty. It's going to be a really fun show. And then Sean showed up, and it all went the way it went. If your neighbor cuts your line to your internet, get a better neighbor or get better internet.
And congratulations to Bad News Brown, who's going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Another person this week after Sid on Tuesday, where I said, oh my God, he's not in the Hall of Fame yet?
Ken Patera. That's all I got to say.
Cyndi Lauper. That's all I got to say.
That's right. We're going to be here all day if we do this. But anyway, SP3, plug the stuff. Let's get out of here.
Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be live on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel in about 35 minutes with Jimmy Macaram for AE Ramble. the longest running, best AEW Dynamite review in the land, not named in the weeds. And we're going to break down AEW Dynamite and the start of the build, really, to AEW Dynasty. So join us live for that.
God, I wish Tony would get you on the AEW podcast with that.
That would be great.
You
If he
would-
really wants honest conversation about AEW Dynamite, Jimmy McRae is who he needs.
I will pay good money for that moment. We're back tomorrow. Jeremy and I are gonna, I don't even know what. I don't know. Jeremy's not gonna want to talk about TNA. There is a show tomorrow night. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Somebody drop some big news so that we have something to talk about tomorrow. Okay. Just make sure it's legitimate. For SP3, you know who I am. For Jeremy Lambert, he's come and gone. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, leave a thumbs up on the way out. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Cheers.